They like the chaos.
They like the chaos. So when you're able to
chaos,
let that chaos reign with
chaos,
let that chaos reign with
chaos,
let that chaos reign with
must reign.
Man.
By the way, don't let people's previous, like you can, if somebody else says man and you think bear, you can, don't let them pressure you into answering otherwise. Go ahead.
Of course, man, but I'm curious what your reasons for bear were. I guess I'll go watch that.
Yeah, we can get into that.
It was a whole segment, girl.
I will. I'll watch it.
Man or bear?
Yeah, I don't understand why I would be with a bear, so...
Wait, okay, hold on. Okay, let me just explain the scenario here. So, there's a button on the table, we press it, boom, instantly you're transported into a forest. So is a random man, and so is a random bear. You guys are gonna cross paths within 5 minutes, let's say.
Okay, man.
Okay,
I would say bear.
there we go. Okay, we got a bear, all right.
Man.
Man?
Man.
Man?
Man.
Yeah, man.
You would rather. And so we'll get into the reasons why. I think when we ask men this question, I'll frame it differently for you, Charlie. Would you rather your daughter be alone in the woods with a random man, totally random man, or a random bear?
Probably man. I know how vicious bears can be, and you might get a man who would be charitable.
So you say bear. Come on, guys. You were bear last time. We'll just. Okay, anyways, why do you say bear over man?
I just think like the chance of you potentially getting stuck with a man that could like yeah, you can get mauled by a bear, but like a man can like keep you in captivity and like
They could, yeah, they could torture you. They
yeah,
could.
But they
then
can also help you out of the
yeah,
woods.
but
Help you survive.
yeah, but I feel like I could probably do it myself too.
Fair enough. So you said that there's a chance that the men could do X, right? So they could, whatever. What percentage of men do you think in this scenario would opt to do, like, victimize you in some sort of way?
I mean, I would say maybe high, just because like even if I'm walking on the street, I'm like getting harassed. So like.
Okay. And that's wrong, but so when you say high, can you like give us a percentage? 50%, 60%?
I want to say 50, but I don't know.
Okay, so 50, so in the scenario, you think 50% of men would choose to attack you or do something untoward in this situation?
I mean, you never know. I just think like, yeah, like a bear, you can approach the situation more calmly and you can walk away.
You could. What if I told you bears run faster than humans? Does that change anything?
No.
Okay.
Because I think if you...
So you think 50% of men are inclined to victimize you in some sort of way?
I just would rather not be in the forest with a man. I'd rather be alone with a bear.
Well, yeah, that's the question. So there's like, how many men are in here? We've got 2, 4, is it 6? Yeah. We have, so half of us, 3 of us in this situation would like try to do something gnarly, you think? Or
I mean...
Like that's 50%, right? It's that.
But like if it's like the whole population, there's probably a good amount of men that would want to try to do something that's not helping you get out of the forest.
And is that percent of the population, is that 50%? I think that's the number you used.
I mean, potentially.
Okay.
What if the man has to be afraid of us?
Do you think it's you go to UC Riverside, right? Do you think it would be
Femboy.
Do you think it would be 50% of the men at UC Riverside would do this?
I mean, if anything, I think
Higher?
no, definitely.
Oh, lower at UC Riverside. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't think if I was stuck
What's the population of the United? Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
if I was stuck in the forest with a man from UCR, like I don't think they're gonna help me. So
She's like, what are they going to
Okay.
yeah, like I don't think they're gonna do anything.
Okay, so what's the population of the United States? 320 million or something? Anybody know?
It's 350, I think.
350. Okay, so then how many is that? That's 100. 70 million men, about 175. So half of, let's say half of 170 is 85. Do I have that right?
Yep.
Sorry, it's been minutes since I took algebra, right? 75 million, or wait, what did I say? 70?
It's like 125, right?
75 million? 100.
It's about
Wait, so half of that is, oh my God,
just over 87.
Sorry.
87.5 million.
85 million?
87.5.
85, let's just say, okay. So are you prepared to state that 85 million men in the United States would choose or opt to victimize a woman in this scenario?
Hopefully not.
Well, what you hope is kind of irrelevant here. I'm just trying to get clarification on if you think the number is actually that high, that you think half of men would
I just think it's
do
a
this.
50-50 chance that the person that you're stuck with is that
Right, so
they will either
50.
help you or help you not. Like, they won't help you.
Well, okay, that's, well,
Like,
you think it's a
depending-
50-50
like,
chance
depending
that
on
they
the
would help you or
person.
not help you?
Yeah, depending on the person, there's a 50-50 chance that they will help you or not. Not saying
Well,
50%
But
of
you said
men.
your fear is about being attacked. So how does helping you play into this?
Or like there's a 50-50 chance of them either attacking me or wanting to like help me get out of the forest.
So 50% of men would choose to attack you.
No, I'm saying like
It's a 50-50
it would be an
means 50%.
individual percentage, like I don't know how to explain.
You mean like on the basis of choice? Like a man will
Yeah.
either hurt you or help you?
Yeah.
No, I think it's either he'll help you or not help you. And then within not help you, maybe he'll attack you, but
Yeah.
that percentage goes very low. So
I mean, I feel like I've been camping enough, so I feel like I'd rather just be with the bear. So,
Have you ever seen a bear in person?
I mean, no, but
Me and my friend discussed this one time, and she chose bear. She genuinely thought that like baby bears were like Winnie the Pooh size, and like adult bears were like German Shepherd size. So she's
Wait,
like,
Nick,
oh,
do we have
bear
that
all day
meme?
long?
The Steve or
They're
whatever.
huge.
yeah. But
And vicious.
Yes.
All right. All right. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the Chaos Rain Show. I am Chaos Rain here. I let that run through because in continuing, this is part 2 of what was called the Charlie Kirk destroys the so-called lovely, exquisite feminists. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Now, as you know, Charlie Kirk is going to have his memorial this Sunday. I'm not sure what time, but around this Sunday evening or morning, they're going to have a memorial in remembrance of Charlie Kirk. That's going to probably be a very much big live televised event. So if you choose to watch, that's up to you. Now, in regards to the bear and female or the bear man conversation, have y'all noticed this bear and female conversation never ends? That these women, some of them out of these panel, and I think 1 or 2 of them said they would choose the bear, while the rest of the women are smart and said they'll choose man, is because a lot of women, just like the one woman said, she think that the bear looks like a goddamn panda bear. That tells how dumb and stupid this chick is. She's a very dumb, low, vibrant bitch. She watched too much TV. How are you gonna compare a fucking animation bear to a real life bear? That tells me you need to go outside. I mean, go outside right now, sweetie. You're being bombarded by nonsense, by foolishness. Too much Nickelodeon, too much Disney Channel, too much Cartoon Network, too much Disney Plus, and hell, too much those anime TV shows of the 80s and 90s like Care Bears nonsense. Get a life. Let's continue. And please like the stream, guys, and participate in the chat room. You know, chat away, support channel. Let's go.
Nick, can you pull this up? This is kind of related.
Oh, you're putting in power chat?
No, it's the one that should already be. Brown bear, 9 feet tall, 1,300 pounds, claws up to 4 inches, bite force 1,200 psi, speed up to 35. Kyle, 5'10", 174 pounds. Project engineer said hi to you at the gym. So this is kind of like, this is my views on this. It's just, I don't know, it's just pretty interesting.
That is very interesting. I wish I could zoom in, people. I wish I could just zoom in so y'all could see that. So you ladies, are you gonna still choose the goddamn bear over man? You think that the bear is gonna be so nice and sweet that it's gonna hug you and kiss you? No, that bear is gonna maul you, especially if it sees you as a threat. If it runs up on you and bites you and scratch you, you won't be so eager to say, I would choose bear over man. Get a life. Let's continue.
So, I mean, Charlie, so we've asked this question a bunch of times
Yes.
on the show. A lot of women say bear. This panel, we only have the one here. What are your thoughts on this sort of the women picking the bear?
Well, I'm curious. Have you been victimized by men?
Like random men, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Like catcalling is, I think that's what you were alluding to before, right?
Yeah.
Like
just-
guys harassing you on the street or
No,
whatever.
I'm curious how many people give those answers have had repeated negative interactions with random men. Right. Because it could
I
definitely
think
color
it's,
there.
like, daily.
But daily. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. But no, I mean, in America, a lot of people would think that men are out to hurt you, and they're not totally wrong sometimes. But I mean, percentage-wise, you're much more likely to have a bear rip you apart than have a man rip you apart. So.
What are the stats on, like, it's 1 in 3, 1 in 4 women report that they've been sexually assaulted?
Yeah,
it's a lot,
It's
right?
way inflated, though. It's there's a lot of rapes and sexual assaults, but that's.
What are the stats on, I hung out with a bear and lived to tell? 0, right?
I've seen
nobody's ever
I've
lived
seen
through
a grizzly bear up close and personal,
Soviet
and I've
Russia,
lived.
that,
Yeah.
right? Only them. Yeah.
That is not fun. You don't want to see a grizzly bear. That is not fun.
Scary.
Oh yeah, they're huge. I mean, and I'm a tall guy, and you looking
Yeah,
up.
you're tall, Charlie.
Yeah.
What are you, 6'4"?
Yeah, 6'4", 6'5", and they get up, and you look up at them, and they. Grizzlies are the worst. Now, you didn't specify what type of bear, though.
Oh, yeah.
You see-
Koala.
I was being reasonable.
Well, koala. But if
random
it's
bear. It could be a grizzly.
if it's a black bear, they will not hurt you. But if it's a grizzly bear or a polar bear will hunt you.
I thought brown
Nick,
bear's
could you
safe.
find the black
Yes,
bear?
brown is
Black
no. It's, I said, yeah, brown is safe. Well, brown is a mixture of black and grizzly, but
okay, so that's
black
what I said.
black is safe. Brown, it depends how you define it. It's not a real term. Grizzly is a round face, and they'll hunt you down.
how do you know
But
so much
polar
about
is the
bears?
worst. Polar
Polar's
is
bad.
polar
Polar's
is
bad.
the only animal that actively hunts humans.
Yeah, see, if Brian would have specified polar bear that first round on that
See?
last episode,
There
I
you
would
go.
have never chosen
Polar bear, as soon as they smell your scent within like a 50-mile radius, they're hunting you.
Oh my gosh.
So if you pull a tag to hunt a polar bear, it's a two-way hunt.
Yeah, I think everyone is under the assumption it was the other bear.
Yeah, but the grizzly bear will leave you alone as long as you don't like overly provoke them. But a grizzly does kill humans. Very rarely does a black bear kill
We
humans.
actually had, I think a month ago, within
I've
the
done a
past
lot of
month,
bear hunting, so.
Within the past month, here in California, first ever black bear fatality. A woman.
Is that right? No,
a
it's
woman,
extremely rare.
It is rare. A woman was killed by black bear up in, where
She
was it?
must have been a
Sacramento?
real. She must have done something weird.
She tried to poke the bear. I don't know.
Or
Snap
yeah,
him.
So
that's
joke, if you
You got
take a
the news, go ahead.
22 when you're bear hunting, make sure to like
22 is
stand
too
off the
weak.
end because then it'll hurt less when the bear shoves it. Because
a 22 will not slow down a bear.
you'll just
Yeah.
anger it. Like, do
Oh yeah.
nothing, right?
No, bear spray is actually more effective than 99% of firearms in stopping a bear. That's a good little side note if you're ever backcountry hiking, because most guns will just piss off the bear.
What is bear spray? What's in bear spray?
I don't know.
Probably
It's
pepper spray.
yeah, it's like pepper spray, but it's so irritating to the bear, it just flees the area. Yeah, it goes right up their nasal cavity, and they get out of there. So, I mean, again, the goal is not to kill the bear; it's to get them out of the way. So,
Yeah.
so you do not want to mess with the mama bear either. That's no fun.
Now, I did want to get back into some.
Before we continue, we're gonna look at this thing about sexual assault that people been talking about. Let me see. Let me check if my volume's good. Okay. Because they talk about a lot of women have been catcalled more than assault. And the numbers could be inflated since people been talking about. So let's look at the numbers. Globally, nearly 1 in 3 women, about 30%, have been subject to physical and or sexual violence by an intimate partner or sexual violence by a non-partner at least once in their lifetime. Okay, that's somewhat high, but that's 30%, so that's almost touching. But anyway, in the United States, about 1 in 5 women, wait. That's under 30%. Report having experienced complete or attempt of, taking the pussy during their lifetime. Each year, over 200K sex offense are reported in the U.S., with over 86% of victims being female and 91% of offenders being male. Okay. The key statistics. Global lifetime prevalence. 30% of women have endured sexual violence from men. U.S. lifetime rate, what do you call it? It's rape, actually. Rates at 21% of women experience attempt of complete, taking their innocence at some point in life. U.S. annual rate is 9% of females report violent crimes were victims of sexual offense in the past year. Offenders, statistically, over 90% of sexual assault against women are committed by men, both globally and in national studies. Young women, 15-24 years, 1 in 4 who have been in a relationship have already experienced violence by a partner by their mid-20s. Unreporting actually rates are almost certainly higher due to stigmas, traumas, and fear of report. Sexual violence remains a provision threat to women worldwide. Primarily penetrating by men, the statistics reveal both the scale of the issues and the strong need for focused prevention, justice, and support service. That's just a little short, deep analysis. And I have to lay it out so people get clarity. Let's continue on with this conversation. And like I said, I feel for women that might have been actual victims. I said this best like anything else. If you get sexually assaulted, the best thing is to be proactive immediately. That means you don't wait a day or two, you sit in bed, you walk. No, you go to the nearest hospital, get yourself checked, and report it immediately. The faster, the better. You want a paper trail on these weirdos. Let's go. Fair use. Enjoy.
Perhaps dating related.
David doesn't know what he's talking about.
There you go. Some dating related topics. So, actually, I don't know if we went around. Would you guys date did we already ask this? Would you guys date a conservative guy?
You didn't ask that.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. If he wasn't hardcore.
Hardcore.
Hardcore?
So no
Hardcore
MAGA hat?
conservative.
Yeah, like I can't have MAGA hat. That's
No
not an
MAGA
option.
hat.
So
What if he's like a conservative from like a different nation?
Like Kazakhstan.
Like Germany.
Yeah. Wait, no.
See?
No.
Got her.
No, not part of ISIS. But like if there's like a country where conservatives are
Anti-German
like
bias.
not hardcore, not Trumpy, just regular guys.
Like the UK, would that be a good? They're kind of less conservatives in the
Yeah,
UK.
they're like Democrats.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
curious.
so
Like,
I would date a UK.
I'm not here to debate.
Yeah.
I'm curious. When you hear of like MAGA, Trumpy, what is like? Give me a word association. What do you think?
Someone who wouldn't like me. I like for one, like it's not even just that. Like they
Is it
wouldn't.
the hair?
Huh?
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 I didn't say anything.
What?
Is it,
I
is
mean-
it the hair? Like, is that what they would not like about you?
Yeah, this terror tends to attract a very different type of man than the
Like
Trumpy.
it's like the bangs.
Yeah, Trumpies don't like the bangs.
They don't like the bangs. Okay.
But that's good because I don't like Trumpies. I don't want them approaching me either way.
Trumpies. Okay.
Yeah.
What about Trumpies don't you like?
Oh my God! Do you want a list of things?
Give
No,
us
I'm
a
curious.
list.
I'm
Give
trying.
us a
I'm
list.
trying.
Okay,
I don't
well-
meet this
Well,
sort
if
of.
I'm gonna get really specific,
Get specific.
the type of Trumpies that I grew up with, because I'm from Woodland, California, so those are like
Okay.
the redneck.
Yeah,
Trumpies.
Redding, California,
Like
sure.
no, like
Even north of that?
yeah, like you know where Sacramento is.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, right next to Sac, and then right in between Davis, so it's like Cowtown, like farmers
Okay.
land.
So that's this Trumpy world.
Yeah, I can't do redneck.
But I think you were going to list kind of some of the reasons why
Well, I
you
don't.
wouldn't date a Trumpy.
Yeah, because that's the type of man I'm envisioning. A racist redneck who drives his little tractor around town and raises goats for his free time.
Sounds like a good time. I mean, the tractor part.
I mean,
Maybe not the racism.
yeah. Well, I'm also Hispanic and I speak Spanish, so it's
Oh.
like, yeah, these men wouldn't deal with that.
Aren't there like Latinos for Trump?
Oh, they're a huge.
There's a lot of
coalition.
conservatives
Huge
that are like
coalition.
Latinos.
Tons.
but-
Yeah.
What about are there like immigrants for Trump, or is that?
Well, there's all sorts of
That's probably-
coalitions.
That would be, something. But
that
no,
would
I'm
be
not.
interesting.
I wouldn't date an immigrant for Trump either.
Okay.
No.
So that's like a no-go. Matt.
I wonder what type of Latino she is. Is she a Mexican or a straight up Spanish one, like Puerto Rican, Dominican, or whatever type of Latino she is? Because she says she want to deal with a Trumpy because he's what, a redneck, red-blooded American? Interesting. I digress.
Like a hat.
Yeah.
No good. Okay. What about you?
Every man I've loved has been conservative.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You date a conservative guy?
I haven't dated, but I've dealt with one.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, didn't you say that part of the reasons your relationship broke up, I think if I recall, you said he was a bit more on the conservative side, your ex-boyfriend of 3 years?
I wouldn't say he was like conservative.
Maybe not like
You
politically.
said it was
but-
Islamic, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was religious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Muslim.
Okay. What about you?
Yeah.
Word?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
And I married one.
There you go. Okay.
I don't date men.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
I want to ask this question. Would you date a young Donald Trump?
Like literally young Donald Trump?
Yeah,
When
look-
he was young?
Yeah, when he was young.
Hell yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, there you go. Would you
He was
date
a
young
well-rounded
Donald
guy.
Trump?
Look at Charlie's face. Look at his expression. Look at his smile. I wish I could zoom and see I could see this. This guy is so ecstatic.
Fuck no.
Fuck no. Okay. All right. What about you?
Of course.
Or would you date Donald Trump now? If he was
Well,
single.
he's married, so
If he was single,
that would be rough, and I like Melania, so I'm not going to do that to her.
All right.
But yeah, in the 90s. I have friends who used to date him in the 90s. Two of my friends.
Oh.
And apparently he was a great guy. Super fun, super smart. I mean,
Wow.
you know, in Manhattan, everyone above a certain floor
Oh, right, 'cause
is a
you're-
Trump fan.
yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone below a certain floor hates him. It's kind of vertical in Manhattan.
Interesting. Okay. Would you date young Donald Trump? DT?
No.
No. Not your type.
I don't even know much about Donald Trump. I don't.
Must be nice living in Australia away
Yeah,
from.
no, actually, no, I haven't. I've only seen like
Okay.
memes of him. That's
Sure.
it.
Would you date young Donald Trump?
I don't even know what he looked like when he was young.
He was very dashingly
Nick, pull
handsome.
up his mugshot, please.
I don't know much about him, so I can't really have an opinion.
No, I think he's a little bit too.
I think
public for me.
he uses as much fake tan as you guys. I'm sorry,
is it fake
that
tan?
didn't land.
Oh my god.
My bad.
It's a natural
This
tan,
isn't fake
babe.
tan.
Oh, so it's natural?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The
okay,
gold,
so-
it is the Gold Coast.
Yeah, my bad. Wait,
Oh my god, that's
would you?
not.
Okay, whoa, what? They photoshopped this. They photoshopped
This is recent. This is not young Donald Trump.
They photoshopped
Damn, Donald Trump look evil as fuck in this picture. God damn.
this. They put red in his eyes. That's definitely, you know, they.
So mean.
Anyways, handsome guy, right? Would
I'm
you?
like, I wouldn't date him if he was younger than me.
Okay, all right.
I'm curious. So, if the election was today, would you vote for Trump?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, but are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you didn't you say you were from Russia?
Yeah. I came
Kazakhstan.
here when I was 3. Uzbekistan.
Oh, okay.
Kazakhs are the best.
Uzbek.
And
thank you.
I think I know your answer. F no.
I was just gonna say no.
Okay. And then
I'm still on the fence. My
On the
family
fence?
knows I'm very, very divided.
okay.
I feel you.
Just don't know.
And then Australia, so
Yeah, they
not
came
applicable. Who are you gonna vote for in the presidential election?
I don't vote.
Okay. Okay. No idea.
Trump.
Oh, well.
I think I know your
And
answer.
I'm like, you know my answer.
This is a Trump-heavy panel.
Why don't you vote?
We could do young Donald.
There he is.
Still kind of old, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
He's
do
just
you have
old.
a- Oh, is that successful Donald though? Yeah.
This is
That's before he really started.
Fix his eyebrows.
that's right. Look, he's got some eyebrows. Yeah, it's not body shame, okay? All right.
Trousers on.
Yeah, this is a bit. You know, I think perhaps some of them are a bit frightened in your presence, Charlie, to reveal their super progressive and liberal positions here.
I'm not a bear.
He's not a bear. Not a bear. I'm going to read. Actually, I'll wait a little bit on the chats. I did want to come back to the feminist conversation. Would you date a guy?
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Here's an update of the average population of the United States, since it was mentioned earlier in the stream. The population as it stands in the United States, or the US, we are now roughly 347,275,000 in numbers as a population of people in America. And out of that, we have an annual growth rate approximately 0.54%, which I don't know if that's good or bad. The minimum age in America right now is 38.5 years. So that's roughly almost 39 years of age. Urban population, 82.8% worldwide. Just a side note, just to let everybody know where we stand population-wise in America. Make sure you like the stream, hit the like, comment, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget that subscribe button. You know you'd like to. Let's go.
Guy who's not a feminist.
In what way?
Like he's just not a
Describe him.
feminist.
Like, what does he not? Does he want me to not vote?
He's fine with women voting. Let's just say that, but he's not a feminist.
I don't know. I think that question has to be elaborated a little bit more. It's pretty generalized. It's hard for me to say.
Okay, I'll move it on. What about you?
Well, is he anti-feminist or is he just like, oh, I don't hold political views type of guy?
He is anti-feminist.
Oh, hey, no.
No? Would you date an anti-feminist guy?
No. Oh, no.
Actually, and you were gone when we asked this. Would you date Donald Trump?
No.
Young Donald Trump? Young Donald Trump. Okay.
There were so many yeses.
Yes.
Would you date an anti-feminist?
It would, if he's hateful and hates women, I don't want to hear it, so probably not.
Okay. Well, so you can be not a feminist, but also like women.
Okay, then sure.
Yeah.
But as long as he's not one of these
but you
angry
can't
ones.
be anti-feminist and like woman, really.
No, you can.
To that degree. I mean, because anti-feminist men are saying that women shouldn't vote, that they should stay
No,
in
not
the house.
necessarily. Not necessarily. So you can be. So feminism is an ideology. It has
People-
nothing to do.
yeah.
Like you
But
could
people
love
who
women.
label themselves as an anti-feminist man.
You're saying they
let's say-
tend to.
Yes, they tend to be those type of guys.
It's not
And we're
clear to me
going
if that's
under
true.
generalization, you know.
Then let me ask this question: do women who label themselves as feminists, do they hate men?
No.
Okay.
Are there
So
feminists who hate men? For sure. Very
Sure.
much.
Yeah. And there's
But-
anti-feminists who hate women.
Yeah.
But
and
I
there's
don't-
feminists
it's-
who hate women. It's a weird
There's
world.
anti-feminist women who also don't have any hate for women either.
Yeah, it's a weird world.
Yeah, but you can be a woman and be anti-feminist.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not clear to me. So what? I mean, if you had to assign a percentage, what percentage of anti-feminists do you think also hate women?
Over half. That's why I would
More
just
than half?
Yeah, that's why I would just choose no
Pretty
for
big.
that man.
It's a pretty big number. Not sure. I don't know if they've done a study on this, but I can't imagine that that's actually accurate. Where were we were going around the table? Would you date an anti-feminist?
No.
No. Okay.
Probably not.
No.
Yeah, sure. Take back the right to vote. I don't care. We didn't
Oh.
earn it.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
That's a new one.
It's based.
Okay.
I would.
You would. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, there you have it, folks. I don't hold on. First
Wait,
off,
I have a quick question. Can I please ask?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you say take back the right to vote, okay, cool. Let's say they do that and they promise you everything traditional, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then they say, by the way, because of the way that we've been living under the way things are right now, we're under the whole population thing where there's not enough workforce, which is already what they're saying, right? So what if they implement a new law where they say women have to have 4 kids, 5 kids, 6 kids even, and they write that into law? You can't vote on it. Are you okay with that?
Oh yeah, I want like 12. Like I want a huge family.
And you are okay with
Yeah.
all your daughters being forced to have 6 kids and their daughters being forced to have 6 kids?
Yeah.
Like you understand that it's not just you being affected, it's everyone around
Wait,
you.
you object to people being forced into something?
Yeah, I object to people being forced to have 6 kids.
Hold on.
Like,
What about the
can you-
draft?
I'm against the force.
Yeah, but okay, the current status quo is men are forced into
Yeah.
registering for the selective service.
Because we already agreed that there has to be
Yeah.
a draft.
By the way,
didn't
the
we?
scenario that you outlined I can't imagine I don't even think
I would hope it would
historically-
never happen,
I don't
but-
even think historically there's ever been a law that compelled women to have children.
Yeah.
Now, it could have been.
But is that factual? Is that true? Well, let's do some research. let's continue.
And socially and culturally,
They don't even have that
there's
in
an
Saudi
expectation.
Arabia.
Yeah, they don't even have that in like.
It was just an example. I just wanted
countries.
to see where her mind was at. She answered it truthfully, and that's that. It's not an argument thing. It's just I wanted to see where she stood with that. Like she's 100% okay.
I have a question.
No
What if we
rights.
lived in a world that forced men onto the battlefield and they had to die and go in the trenches and get trench foot and get chemical gassed? What if we? Oh, you mean the current world? Oh, okay.
What if we lived in a world
Well,
where
that's crazy.
men created that themselves? Oh wait, we do.
Well, actually, here, let me just rebut what you're saying. So they actually did an analysis of monarchs, and they actually found that queens were much more likely to wage war than kings.
Yeah, queens were also a lot more likely to have successful empires. So that's one thing.
Okay, but that doesn't really.
It does, because why did they have?
But you're
such-
saying, but it's men's fault. If I point out
I said
something
men.
that.
No, I said that thing, the war thing. I
No.
didn't say everything is men's fault, did I? I said the war thing.
Right,
Who
that's
created
what
that?
I'm talking about.
Men. Or do you
Who
have
created?
war?
It's not clear to me if men created war.
So are you arguing that women are actually at fault of war?
Let's assume.
Is that your argument,
Hold on.
Brian?
Let's assume that there were no men, and it was just societies of women. They could. What is asexual reproduction? I don't know what the term is called.
Parthenogenesis.
You don't think like differing tribes of women? You don't think they would like engage in warfare?
100%. I just don't think that they would have the current draft that we have. I don't think
You don't
that
think there would be a?
the
Well, this
things.
is a very hypothetical scenario.
Yeah, it
but-
very much is, but I don't think we'd have the current draft scenario that we have if women were the ones at the front lines. There's no men ever. No woman wouldn't be choosing, let's just send everyone to war.
Wait, so what's the argument?
What's the argument?
Are you saying women want peace more?
No, he just asked me who started war, and I said men.
Oh,
And I was
I didn't ask you that question. You just that manifested out of the ether.
what just happened?
Okay, anyways, that I had that point. I said men started war, and you were arguing against that. That was that. So you're saying that if men didn't start war, then who did? Women.
It's not clear to me if it's because of gender that wars occur. There's various geopolitical conflicts. This is my land. No, it's my land. It's not clear. I'm a man. I have a PP. Because of this, I'm going to go to war with other men because they're men. That's not the justification or pretext for war.
I think that the current way that we handle war and that war is because of men. That's
How's that?
just my
How's
opinion.
the way we handle war?
Like the current political state, like the way war is, I just feel like that's because of men. If you disagree and you say it's because of women, that's
No, I'm not saying it's because of women. It's not clear to me if it's because of gender or because of sex.
Oh, I believe so.
Hmm?
I believe so.
So you think men engage in warfare because men?
Yeah.
Because of our male nature?
Yeah.
It couldn't be due to geopolitical conflicts. This is my land. No, that's my land.
I feel like it could be handled very much other ways than war. But because of the way that the world already is, like we're at a point where the only option is war. You can't give humans war and atomic bombs and all these things and then expect them to be like, actually, let's just have peace forever and ever. Like, because you guys already introduced war and all these things and the current political state, we're always going to have war with the way we run things right now, yeah.
Okay.
And a side note, since I had to do some digging, look it up, because this is a very intriguing question. Is there any state or any nation, a country particularly, that made it mandatory for women to bear and have children? What I've discovered, it looks to me, and matter of fact, let me keep playing. I want to do more research, make sure I'm exact. So let's continue.
I'm not really hearing an argument, though.
There was no argument. I just said that this was because of men. You wanted to argue against that, so it's kind of prolonged.
Is it because of men or because of human beings?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at.
Well, I think it's because of men.
So if women ran the world, what would that look like?
I honestly don't know, but a lot more peaceful than
Free
it is right
tampons.
now.
Free tampons.
That's it.
So that's an interesting question. Do you fight more amongst other women, or do you see men fight amongst other male friends?
Honestly, the way things are handled, I see men have a lot more conflicts than women.
Men are more physical, but not to say women are
Do
more
women hold
diplomatic.
grudges more, or do men hold grudges more?
Honestly, the way I see it in the world, too,
You know
men.
the answer. I could see it on your face.
Men duke it out faster.
Do men forgive quicker?
I don't know about that. I think it depends on the man.
But
Do you hold grudges against other women?
I don't.
Wait,
No.
you were going to say, actually, when it came to the grudges question, what was going to be your statement?
Oh, I don't feel like,
He was asking who holds grudges more.
I don't know. I don't think
Okay, all
women
right.
have to.
Going
hold
around the
grudges
table,
more.
go ahead.
About who holds grudges?
Huh?
What was the question?
You didn't hear what he literally
The
just said 10
grudges?
seconds ago?
Yeah.
Yeah? What do you think?
I wanted to say that there's lots of war in non-humans. Chimps and lots of
Yes,
animals do
that's right.
war. And a lot of females. We talked about mama bears. There's very few things more violent than a mama if you come after her babies. So I don't think violence is the exclusive bastion of men. I just think because in sexually dimorphic species, ones where the male is bigger than the female, men are stronger and can do more damage. They're just bigger. But that's not all animals.
Is conflict inherently masculine?
It's inherently human.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, human.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Would the world be better run with more of a feminine approach or masculine approach?
I feel like it needs to be more balanced because
I
what I
agree.
mean by that is men aren't just masculine forces, whereas women aren't just feminine forces.
They're a blend.
Exactly.
So currently in America,
All right, before Charlie goes in, it looks like I've come to conclusion and I found out these are what has been written. That there is no country right now existing that mandates women to have children. Now, in ancient societies, there were often social and cultural pressures for women to marry and bear children, especially to maintain family lines, to contribute to the community survival. But some laws in place, like ancient Rome, Augustus, Lex Julian, Lexa Papas, Pipilian, I don't know if I pronounced right, provide incentives or prenatal ties to marriage and childbearing, but they don't strictly force childbirth. Now, modern current government enforce childbearing by law. Well, actually, no current, actually. In fact, many countries recognize reproductive rights, the rights to decide whether and when we have children. The International Human Rights Standard, IHRS, Universal Declaration of Human Rights of 1948, that's now, I think, 77 years ago. Yeah. And CEDR, Convention of the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, explicitly protects women's freedom of choice in matters of family and reproduction. What exists instead are laws to give incentives for women to have more children. We'll break that down. These incentives are what they call prenatal policies. Now, these are policies put in place for women and encouraging women to have children. And a lot of people don't know which countries will give you a siphon of maybe a couple $1,000s. I think Donald Trump was trying to push that here in the United States recently to offer a greater, well, a fair, a decent incentive for women to have a child here in America. But here are the countries. Hungary, one of the most aggressive pro-natal systems in Europe. Tax exemptions for mothers with 4+ children, lifelong income tax exception, subsidized housing loans that can be partly forgiven if families have multiple children, free fertility treatment, provided by the state. Next, Russia. The Mother Capital Program gives cash grants over 10,000 equivalent to families after the second child. Now, mind you, we live in America, and the capital that's needed roughly to, they say, raise a child now is, I think, pushing almost $300K from 0 to 18. That's what it said, that's how much is going to accumulate. But let's keep going. Extending paid maternity leave and housing supports for big families. State campaigns promote traditional family values. Next on this, Poland. Conservative government introduced in 500+ programs, family receive monthly cash payments for every child. stricter abortion laws, and direct push women to carry pregnancies to term. Policies strongly encourage motherhood over career focus. This is Poland now. How much more? Oh, there's a few more. Singapore, facing one of the lowest fertility rates in the world, offer baby bonuses, subsidizing child caring and prenatal leaves. Couples get housing priorities if they have children. Nationally campaigns active promoting marriage and family life. Next, China. After decades of the one-child policy from 1979 to 2015. God damn, that is a, if my math suits me, that is roughly a 36-year stint. That's too long for not having children. To have one child for over 36 years. You know your population will dwindle if you have one child? Let that sink in, guys. China had that one-child policy since 79. And they ended it in 2015. That's 10 years ago. China now has the opposing problem. Very low birth rates. Currently, couples are allowed to encourage to have up to 3 children. Some regions offer housing discounts, tax cuts, and subsidies for families. Next on the list, South Korea. The lowest fertility rate in the world. 0.7 in 2012. God damn, you're not growing. 0.7? That means there's no woman, a Korean woman is not giving no birth at all in 2024 and even in 2025. The government provides monthly cash payments per child, covers child care costs, and even provides subsidies for IVF treatments. National concerns shrinking population and labor force. And the last on the list is Iran, of all countries. My God. In 2021, the Iran banned vasectomies and sterilization procedures as part of the push to raise birth rates. Restriction access to contraceptions, offers incentives like extending maternal leaves and financial support for large families. So, in all conclusion, that these are what the government's doing to increase the birth rates. And the only way they're going to do is by giving incentives. I hope this was clear for y'all. I had the latest out and read this to y'all because as we go through this, we want to have some clarity and go through the numbers and the data so everything matches out as best possible. This is not just some random, we're going to just hear people talk about and then not go into the research. We do it here in the Chaos Range Show. So let's continue. Enjoy.
Is America run in a more feminine way or more masculine way right now?
It's kind of hard because even I feel like if you look at most men in America right now, they have a lot more femininity than they should. Like they're not masculine enough.
So
I don't know.
So let me ask it differently. Do you think in America feelings triumphs over reason, or does reason triumph over feelings? What do you,
The former,
feelings?
and it's nonsense.
Feelings over reason?
Right now,
Currently, yeah.
I think certainly on the internet, and it's nonsense.
And that would be more feminine than it is masculine.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone care to disagree?
Anyone else want to weigh in?
Bring back men. Even my most ardent feminist friends.
Bring back men.
At certain times, they want a man. That's in us. And
It's built
maybe
in
there's
you.
a time to be sort of a man, and there's a time to be what's ascribed as more feminine, right? When you listen to your wife kvetch about stuff.
Yes.
You're kind of
And
giving
so,
her that.
so when society is more feminine, it is so in the traditional nuclear family, it is dad or the male's job to say no, to be the rule giver, to put in order and regimen. That's not to say that mom can't, but mom is supposed to be there to be the more empathetic, compassionate, and we see this time and time again, by the way, of boys that are raised by just moms, very, very violent in their trajectory, right? Especially if they don't have men around. It's just the way it is, because they've never had a male figure to tell them no. Do you guys think in America right now we have a self-control problem?
I do.
100,000%. Yeah.
Do you think that might be because we have more homes without fathers than homes with fathers?
It might even be a product of capitalism. I'm going to bring that back.
You might be.
Because if I can buy it, I'm going to buy everything. I want to buy 6 of these types of sweatshirts rather than just one. And that comes back to self-control.
Yeah, we definitely do not have willpower or self-control. It's actually the 2 greatest predictors of human success is intelligence and self-control. One of those you can control, one of those you can't.
Did anybody else want to answer?
I know,
this
I'm
question?
this lively chatter
He
here.
was asking a question. Okay, here, I'll help prompt things along then.
Let's talk about something like abortion, trans. Is there something I can get like people talking
I
or
got
something?
some. Okay, I got something.
All right, come on. I got to go in about 30 minutes, okay?
Okay, perfect. Hard out at like 8 p.m. about?
Yeah, like
okay.
8, 10.
Yeah, we got.
Okay.
So, okay.
I got to get home to my one.
I'm going to make it dating related, but related here.
Make it spicy. Let's get.
I'll give you spicy.
Let's get to
I got
habanero.
spicy.
All right, let's.
I got
turn it up here,
spicy.
all right.
Okay. Would you object to a man not wanting to date a trans woman?
Would I object to a man not wanting to date a trans woman?
Yeah.
So a biological man who thinks he's a woman. Yeah.
No, that's his choice. He doesn't
Okay.
want to date a trans woman. No.
No, the same way I wouldn't object to a woman not wanting to date a trans man.
Yeah, I agree with that.
No.
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 I mean, that's his choice if he wants to date a trans man or
All
not.
right. So let me try to spice it up here.
Go ahead.
What is a woman?
That's a good question.
Biologically,
Yeah,
tell-
we'll start
you tell
with
me.
you. Go ahead. What is
uterus.
The uterus. Cool.
Uterus,
has a uterus.
hormones.
Are there
etc.
other definitions of women that we should accept?
This is an important. This is
actually
definitely
this is not a
dating
silly
related,
question. This is
dating
super
related.
important. It ties with the other one.
It ties in with feminism too.
Yeah.
Sure. That's the ground. That's the fundamental
Question.
importance.
Fundamental.
Yeah.
Important.
How about this way? Anybody can chime in. Can someone that doesn't have a uterus that has
Wait, should we just go around and?
Yeah, sure. Go.
What is a woman?
A woman is someone with a uterus. However, a uterus doesn't always define a woman because, for example, you can have your uterus surgically removed. You're not any less of a woman because of that.
Should we have them all answer?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And then if you want to respond, go ahead.
Yeah, I believe that a woman has a uterus, so.
So that would make me not a woman, in essence.
Here, let's let the girls answer. Go ahead.
No.
You're asking if gender and sex are synonyms, and that's the big debate. If you think the word woman is a synonym for the word female, then you would say a woman has primary and secondary sexual characteristics. If you're saying the words woman and female are not synonyms, then you could include like trans people who call themselves women but don't have the first or primary or secondary characteristics. So that's the debate, right?
Anyone with a uterus.
Or have it.
I mean, biologically, it's someone that has XX chromosomes.
Yes, someone with a uterus.
XX chromosomes.
But yeah, I think there's men and women. There's not really anything in between. I think you need to be born with uterus, vagina, boobs,
Yes.
everything.
Well, intersex is more common than red hair or green eyes.
It's not true, but that's okay. It's a
Is
good
it about
talking point.
1%,
It's
right?
not true. No,
It's not?
even close. But it's a good talking point.
What is it then? Because it's, not
like
zero.
It's like 0.001%. But
They
it is
exist.
more. It totally exists. Yes. No, I only pick on you for that
No,
because.
if I'm wrong about the number, but they do exist. So we do have people that
100%,
are
yes.
that are not male, sort of, not female, sort of.
But it's a deformity, right?
Right,
So,
but they're not
it's-
choosing to be trying to become. a
Of
female.
course,
Yeah.
no, I'm
Trying to
not talking
become a
about
male.
something
so
else.
for example, if I was born without a leg, that's absent of being two-legged. It doesn't create a new category of something, right? So,
Okay.
and it only intersex is XXY, so they're either more female or more male. They're usually more female, but sometimes they cannot have both sex organs, aka they cannot impregnate themselves. So it's
Hermaphrodite.
Yeah,
Right, yeah,
exactly. Let me ask it this way: does anyone believe that biological men can become a woman?
I think people can call themselves unicorns at this point in time if they want to. So if that's what they choose to say, that's what it is. But becoming a woman is a very, in short, no.
I'm not going to deny trans people as women.
Okay, so can I pause there? So if, as a woman, can womanhood then just be appropriated? Someone can then say, I am what you are.
No.
You said you're not going to deny trans women.
Yeah.
So Dylan Mulvaney, who's a biological man who thinks he's a preteen woman, is he a woman?
I feel like I'm just not in the position to tell him he's not a woman. If he says, if they say that they are a woman, I have no, you know what I mean? I'm not going to be like, are you a woman? Are you a man? That's nothing to do with me, honestly.
Got it. So if I'm 30, if I said I was 12, would you acknowledge that?
Yes, I would.
You would. Okay.
Yeah.
I would acknowledge it as dumb.
It's dumb. So why is it dumb for age? But I guess your answer previously.
Yeah.
But why is it with sex or gender, we kind of get really cautious and saying, well, I'm not going to deny it. But if I said I was a wolf, you would laugh at me. If I said I was a giraffe, you'd laugh at me. But with sex and gender, we're like, oh, you could be whatever you want.
Because it's, I don't know, honestly, I've been looking at it from different perspectives ever since that issue kind of came up. Because I'm also, like I said, religious and also believe in the Bible. So it's like really conflicting, you know? But I feel like I heard this one thing on it where it was saying that it's almost like, again, I'm not saying this is my concrete belief, but I just heard this, which kind of made me think a little bit more about it. And they were saying how it's kind of like a mental illness. Like, you know how someone could be 30 and they could truly believe they're 12. Like, those people really exist. It's a mental illness.
Yes.
Those people exist. You don't deny them that.
For a brief information, make sure as you guys come in the building, subscribe to the channel. And guys, give this video a like, man. We have like almost 500 people watching. It would be nice, respectful to just hit the like button. Oh, another thing, the conversation of the man and the transsexual thing. You know my views on it. I don't approve it, but nonetheless, most people will and undoubtedly will side with that. I'm not sure why, but that's another story. Well, let's keep going.
They exist. You don't tell them, yeah, you're 30. Like, what are you doing with your life? Like, you acknowledge that it's a mental illness and you treat the person as such.
Great point. So if somebody, you're
It is mental illness. It is mental illness. Let's continue.
in healthcare, came to you with, and they said, I'm anorexic, so I think I'm fat. And they said, I want liposuction, which means the forcible removal of fat. Should you give them that surgery?
Of course not, because that would be compromising their actual health.
Hold on. But you just said that we have to affirm somebody's mental illness. They want liposuction. Why shouldn't they get it?
No, I didn't mean affirm their mental illness as in accept, oh, you are 12. I'm saying we shouldn't treat them as in, you shouldn't go up to them, to the 12, the 30.
The 30-year-old who thinks he's 12, which is a thing.
And you shouldn't, because like that's how people talk to trans people, right? They'll go up to them and be like, ha ha, you think you're a woman. Treat them with that disrespect and all that disdain. Whereas if you see the 30-year-old who's a 12-year-old, you don't go up to them telling them that they're 30. You accept that they have a mental illness.
Of course.
And you
So
know what I mean?
let's apply it to the trans thing, the 30-year-old, 12-year-old, and the liposuction thing. Wouldn't it make more sense to treat the person and say, you're not what you think you are, rather than affirming the lie that they think there's something else?
I see your comment, sir. If you want the comment be known, it better be, it's preferably put in the super chat, but I will answer this. The reason why a lot of women are scared to come to grips about people that are transgender or transformers is because most women, modern women today, have a lot of friends that of the transformer community. That's my conclusion why they don't really come grips with it, in my opinion. That's how I see it. Let's go.
Because in the liposuction example, anorexia, you'd be like, no way would we give you forcible removal of fat if you're anorexic.
But they'll just go to the next doctor who will.
Will they? A doctor will not, under current medical procedure, give liposuction to
In
anorexia
America.
patient. Correct. But in trans care, a 14-year-old can get their breast removed if they think they're another sex, if they think it.
See, and that's where like it's really complicated because it's like if it is a mental illness and if that, I'm not saying I 100% concretely believe this, but if that's the case, then there should be a line of marker because it's like you shouldn't let someone who wants to mutilate their genitalia before their brains even develop.
I totally agree.
Do that if it is a mental illness and it is something that's heavily messing up their brain. 'Cause what if
you're onto something?
You know?
So the question is, when it comes to trans people, why don't we treat their brain instead of their body?
See, I feel like, yeah, that's a really good point. That's a really good point. I can't really argue against that. I also, if my even though I accept trans people and I do believe that trans women exist, I'm not going to deny them of.
I don't know. You're
You know?
you're closer.
But
You're
if
just
my
saying that as
daughter-
I think you're saying that as a talking
But
point.
listen,
though.
but if my daughter, who is 10 years old, tells me, Mom, like I want, or actually let's make this easier. If it's my son that tells me, because that way he has a genitalia that could be cut off, right? If he tells me, Mom, I'm not a boy, I'm actually a woman, mutilate my genitalia, I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
I
but,
wouldn't.
But you just said
But if they turned 18 and they asked me, Mom, will you consent to me doing this? Like, will you disown me as a child, or are you going to accept me as your child who's a woman? I would accept them as my
no,
child.
you're being consistent, and at least you acknowledge the adult-child distinction, which
Yeah.
is super important. Which right now, just so we're clear, in California, as a 14-year-old, you can get your breast chopped off, hysterectomies, like insane, irreversible
Yeah,
damage.
I don't believe that should be the case.
It's great, and I think that's a
Yeah.
bipartisan agreement. However, it gets back to the question of, and I don't even know if you believe it, but you're saying it, that you say trans people exist. Okay, they exist as human beings. The question is, are they objectively the thing they say they are?
I'm not one to answer that.
Fair enough. Does anybody have a comment on that?
They used to call it gender dysphoria, right?
Yeah, that's what it was in the DSM-3, DSM-4, and then the DSM-5, which is the Diagnostic Statistical Manual for Psychiatric Care in the United States. But no,
And I'm going to double check if they still have that in the diagnostics book. I'm double check that right now. Let's continue.
You've been intellectually honest on that. And I think it's not a silly question, because I'm here with a panel of women. What it means to be a woman is a very serious thing, and it's a beautiful thing, but it shouldn't be trivialized for somebody that can just appropriate it, wear a dress and some makeup, and all of a sudden they enter the club of womanhood.
It's sometimes frustrating what the most ardent ones think is womanhood, that it's just wearing pink and prancing around. Women are
But isn't
more
that an
than
insult to women?
It sometimes feels that way to me. Is like,
Do you
that's
think
what
it's
you
an
think a
insult?
woman is? Like, we fly planes and shoot guns. We do other stuff too.
Yes. But you're
and of course
complex,
the big one,
you're
motherhood.
complex beings made in the image of God.
Yeah, it's like
Not-
some weird
Not
meat-
just a costume. It's not like dressing for Cinco de Mayo or something,
It
right?
feels like they're wrapping themselves up in cosplaying womanhood in a sometimes weird way.
Yeah, you brought up Dylan Mulvaney, and in his first videos, like the day one of womanhood was like, well, I cried 4 times and like went into credit card debt, and it's like, is that what you think this is?
Thanks a
Yes,
lot,
but they
right?
do, because they think that again, I don't. Sorry if I'm interrupting, Brian, but I don't trivialize that some people that are trans are suffering. So the question is, how do you treat suffering people with the truth? So in a medical situation, if somebody comes in and you take their diagnosis, what they want, and you know that there's something better for them, then you should lose your license as a doctor. It doesn't matter what the patient wants. The doctor should be treating them towards, but the issue is that the new standard of care is no longer to try to bring somebody back into biological alignment of their birth. It's now to try to let them on whatever journey they might think they're on. And especially with youth, that's a dangerous trajectory.
I'm going to switch things up a little bit here. We're going to do something I don't think we've really done before.
All right, let's look it up now before they switch up, because I know it's kind of an iffy subject, and I understand the host want to move on. Let's look. From looking at this, when I'm asking for body dysmorphia disorder or transgender identity, the DSM-4, this is a great question, because the way of psychiatrists commute views as labeled as these concepts as evolve. This is the breakdown. And there, I think there's now a 5. Wait, is there a 5? Yeah, I think there's DSM-5. All right. Body dysmorphia, BDD. Yes, body dysmorphia disorder is still a diagnostic condition of the current diagnostic manual. That's one. Gender identity does not label, it said current manual of DSM-5, the new one, does not label being a transgender as a mental illness. Instead, it used the term gender dysmorphia to describe the clinical significant distress of some people that are transformers and gender diversity people may experience due to incongruency between the gender identity, blah, 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 sex orientation line. All right. I'm going to go more into this, but let's continue on. I don't want to bore y'all with this jargon. And really, it's not really jargon. It's something to really ask, because these are good questions. And I think Kirk is asking very intriguing questions to the ladies and really testing these ladies of what they know and get away from the feelings. We want to go through the logic, away from the emotions, because it doesn't serve us. Let's go, Fairies.
We're going to do a little tagging in, tagging out. So this will only be temporary for the last about 20, 30 minutes that we have Charlie. So I'm going to tag 3 of you out. You're going to stay here. Just we'll tag you back in 30 minutes or so.
Do you have like subs? Is this like a hockey game?
We're going to sub people in, so you guys are going to get tagged out. So I'm tagging you, and you out. So just you guys can kick it back there for like 30 minutes. You can, grab a slice of pizza, take a little break, and then other girls tag in.
Other people?
In the Harry Potter closet under the stairs.
He has like you just have
The cupboard under the stairs.
You just have women waiting to come in here.
Ready to go.
Begging to
Ready to go. All right.
Binders
They're
full of
coming.
women ready to come.
Binders.
By the way, for every
Oh, and one thing, you guys come in, please hit the like button. Oh, and I found some more information. It looks like from the previous manual that's still in the market. I'm not sure when they're going to release the DSM-5, but the DSM-4 still reference people that have body dysmorphia or anything that deals with manipulation of the body, changing of the sex, as still labeled as a mental illness. So don't you forget that. It's still considered mental illness today in the present day. Let's go.
Everybody watching, this is a good book plug.
Yeah,
Can I do this? Can I just do this
go
super
for
quick?
it. Perfect.
Everyone, hello. You guys can get my book, 45books.com. Right Wing Revolution. It's available for sale. Get a copy right now as we're doing the hockey change.
Be sure to get it.
Is it on audio?
Yeah.
Where's the other?
Thank you.
Wait, where's the?
That one.
She's right over there.
Where? Can you? Hello? Did you? Did she not get the memo?
Quick, sorry. I'm here. I'm always here.
Hello.
All right.
We went to the bathroom.
All right. We tagged in 3 here. We tagged in 3. So, all right. Welcome, guys. Terrible time then. Okay. So.
Hi, I was wondering where you were.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I think it goes well.
Absolutely. It's hard. Yeah. I'm gonna put the.
I'm signing it to Heather, by the
Oh,
way.
he's signing it to Heather. There we go.
The husband is a fan of his.
Boom. Beautiful.
Oh, nice.
Just the husband, for the record.
There you go.
Yeah, we
I'm kidding.
Something that I think could be
No, I know, I'm kidding.
interested about
You're great.
talking about is submissiveness. This is related to dating here. Nick, could you find that umbrella picture? And I'm curious, Charlie, if you kind of agree with this kind of, I guess, the biblical order of like a relationship. Nick, do you know what I'm talking about, that umbrella picture? So going around the table, starting with you, do you think when it comes to dating, women ought to be submissive to their partner?
Yes.
Okay.
Generally, men lead.
Men lead, women follow? Okay.
Generally.
To a degree.
To a degree?
No.
No?
Whatever works for the couple.
Okay.
I don't care.
Don't care?
If the man is deserving of it.
If he's deserving?
Depends.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, the wife should be submissive to the husband.
Nick, could you pull that photo up real quick? Okay, so you got Christ, husband.
I believe that.
Wife, and you agree
Yes,
with?
but the key is that the husband must submit to Christ. That's important, is that if the husband fails to submit to Christ, then the wife no longer has to submit to the husband.
Oh.
I see.
That's the kicker that is not talked about.
See, I've never heard of that point when people talk about submissiveness. They always say you have to follow the husband as
Well,
the
it's not what the scripture says. The scripture says that women submit to your husbands as husbands submit to Christ.
See, that's a lot more valid.
And so if the husband fails to submit to Jesus on the throne, well then, again, the entire contract falls apart.
So if the husband's an alcoholic, a drug addict.
Yeah, I mean, you have to use prudence, but yes, if the husband is repeatedly defying God's teaching or law, if he's being adulterous, if he's being abusive, then submission is violated because he's not submitting to Christ. That doesn't mean that the husband won't sin, but if he makes a pattern and a repeated defiant form of action, then that would violate that graphic and that scripture.
Isn't that one of also AA's thing is submit yourself to Christ?
Yes, that's right.
It's very important in AA to submit yourself.
AA is the most successful model to how to free people from addiction, and the reason, and they've tried to replicate it, is because in AA, it is a uniquely Christian or Judeo-Christian thing. They have to admit God.
I think when you're very down about yourself and down in your own life, it's very easy to accept God into your life. Otherwise, it's a lot harder for other people. But when you're experiencing something like addiction, it's a little easier to bring God into.
Or accept a higher power. When
Yes.
you're down on yourself, it's like, this is when I can accept a higher power because
Yes.
you don't want to kind of blame yourself. You want to be like, oh,
Bring
it's
someone-
a bigger It's a bigger
Yes.
power that's
Yes,
happening.
but it works because they realize that there is a God, and it is not him. I'm not him, essentially. So that there's a higher power.
Now, those of the three of you who we tagged in,
What's up?
you've heard Charlie here. You've heard some
And all
takes
my
from
hot takes. Where
Charlie.
were you hiding this whole time?
They,
by the
they
way?
were
We're
just
so
in
vibing
the Harry
out.
Potter
Chilling.
cupboard.
We're in the cupboard, yeah.
Did you guys hear anything that you disagreed?
I heard
We heard a
Bronazons.
couple of things.
Shout out Bronazons.
You said his name wrong, dog.
Bronazons?
Spelled
Well,
wrong.
that has nothing to. Okay.
Okay,
Did you hear anything that you disagreed with?
It was more generally disagreed with the panel. It wasn't even him speaking. It was about the whole war talk and how men will start wars and all this because of testosterone or whatever. That was crazy. I just don't agree with that. It's more of
Hold
a.
on, who's starting wars?
Well, no, it's not a gender talk ever. It is a class talk. It's
Oh, it's okay.
yeah.
but-
So it's an argument based off of class rather than gender. That's why the queen talk comes into play as well, where queens start more
Okay,
wars
there's-
than.
so you disagree with her on that.
Yeah.
But is there anything you heard Charlie say that you have any?
Oh, I was supposed
disagreements
to
on?
bring up with Charlie.
That was the question. Yes.
Didn't you have a few points? Let me think
go
about
ahead.
it
I
for a
don't remember.
second.
We were just arguing in the chat, but I don't remember exactly a specific point.
Okay.
Do you remember anything we were
Maybe
saying?
a little bit
Well, I
about
think,
abortion. Maybe a
We
little
can talk
bit
about abortion.
war.
That's never. That's never gets old.
I'll hit it. Whatever.
Yeah?
That's fun. That's a fun topic, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm down.
Whenever you want.
I'm down to hit.
Time to,
Absolutely. I'm down to hit on that. Let me just because some of these chats are going to fall off, I'm going to read like 3 or 4 of them.
Before
This
can
is
I
going to be
get-
complicated.
Can I grab
though.
water just really quick?
Oh my God, what is it? This diva over here.
Okay, Beyonce.
We'll get you. We'll just hang tight. Madison will get you guys water.
Thank you, honey. I love
Sorry,
you.
guys. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna skip everything. I think. Shit, this is gonna be difficult. Sorry, guys. Hold on. I put everything on pause, so it's just gonna come in like. Ladies, do not say, man, do not give in. This is our chance to passively, aggressively remind men how much we hate them. Well, men are trash, and we need to remind them of this every day. I stand with the bear. Wow, Christine. Does anybody here hate men? Or does anybody here think men are trash?
Love them.
Okay, good to know.
Love them.
All right, sorry, guys. These are going to come in like
Lift
very.
up the boxes for me that I can't lift.
MT, marriage and family is really important, but what if a woman feels gay? Can it be healthy to marry a woman
They
and
paid
have
$250 for this?
Yeah, to have and have a family, or should we try to change to not be attracted to women? I mean, I guess you can't change that, right? I don't know.
You can still have
Thank you,
families these
MT
days.
Lemp. We have a TTS coming in from Nicola.
Nickelodeon donated $300. New question. You're in the woods and there is a bear. Do you want a random man for help? Hint, the male lion protects the pride. The male chimps protect territory. Animal instinct.
What a great hint.
Not because PP.
Really quick, so do you want a random man for help?
Sure.
But I think everybody here said man, so Nickelodeon.
Okay.
Everybody, or well, you're bear, right? You guys are bear?
Bear.
No,
No,
I'm not.
Pandorian.
No,
We're actually.
Shut up. Okay, so it's 1/5 of women are sexually assaulted, right, in the U.S. So statistically, we should choose man, right? If it's a random person. Yeah, that's just.
You disagree with
No,
that?
I'm not. I'm gonna not.
No, it's just a
Okay, good.
statistical
Bears are
line.
so
You don't
cute,
even have to like.
though.
I'm
It's
gonna
just-
choose.
Oh, make sure you guys like the stream, participate in chat room and comment at the end of the stream, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm looking at chat room. Yeah, Charlie Kirk. Yeah, a lot of dululu chicks on the panel. Yeah. Who knows? I'm not sure why this is life. Anyway, let's keep going.
Choosing man, but that's just the.
Not true.
You should choose the 4 out of
I'm not gonna
5,
do
right?
that. That's
Sure.
Well, it makes sense, but
that includes verbal.
Here, I'm just
assault,
gonna get
which is
through these.
Not the same thing.
Kill of
It
cereal. Hold on,
includes verbal-
hold on.
It does.
Holy buzz, knucking barrel of monkey fucks. It's Charlie Kirk, you're a legend and a pioneer.
He's a brave and a decent man. He's a pioneer.
He is. Welcome back, ladies. Do yourselves a favor and open your minds to his genius. Spice it up with a ghost
See,
pepper.
we're trying to get there.
We're getting there. We are getting there. Yo, Kill of cereal. Thank you, man. Okay, that one's coming through. Sorry, guys, we're getting through. I'm just trying to get through all of these because a few of them are about to fall off. Sorry that these didn't come through earlier. I just had to pause it just to get through all of them kind of in instead of them coming in piecemeal. I wanted to just get them all out at the same time, just for the sake of time.
I'm so glad I'm not dating donated $300.
Oh my God.
So black dress.
You can
Say
answer
your
this briefly
daughter
if you
is
want.
15-year-old, hypothetically. It's prom at her high school. She brings home her date. Just so happens he's a 35-year-old man that identifies as 15.
Quick answer if you can.
No.
Object to it?
What type
Okay.
of question is that?
Well, it's because you said that any age can identify as any age.
No, I said that was a mental illness, actually.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I said
Oh, yeah,
that there
maybe I
are,
didn't.
I said there are 30-year-olds who do
And-
actually involve and actually say I'm 12, and that's a whole mental illness.
That,
Like,
okay.
those people
So he says, didn't want to submit a second, but why is TTS not working? My question was tied to the current conversation and never went through. We had to pause it temporarily just so we could get through a couple segments here, but I just got it now. So, and you submitted that just like 10 minutes ago, but thank you, man. Appreciate it. And then we just have a few more here, guys. A few more here. And Nick, you can hide this one that's a super. It's below the threshold.
The Bronasons donated $300.
Y'all crazy. Y'all
Leche
crazy.
bags. Leche bags. Leche bags. Leche bags. Leche
Hey, for the
bags.
sake of time, I got to skip that one, man. But Renaissance, thank you very much. We only have Charlie for a limited time here, but we got the message. Is that your nickname?
From him, apparently.
From Renaissance. Okay.
Apparently,
interesting.
a lot of the chat said that last stream.
Oh, okay.
I didn't
They love
know,
her,
yeah.
but we don't know.
No, they don't. Okay, let's not.
Horse with no name, thank you for the gifted 20 subs on
good
Twitch.
song.
Really appreciate it. Thank you. And then we just have 3 more coming in, and then we'll get to the
Juice.
question at hand. Alyssa, thank you for the membership. Guys, get Charlie Kirk's book,
There you
Right
go.
Ring Revolution.
Thank you.
How to Beat the Woke.
And Save the West.
And Save the West.
Can I get a book?
One sec.
I have a
We
copy.
got some copies. You'll get a
She
signed
needs
copy.
it.
Can I
Law,
take it
hold
home?
on. Law Paladins. Gold
She
Digger.
lives
Hold
in-
on. Stop. Gold Digger had important point. Losing uteruses is a part of their plan for us. Draft for
It's not her
women
name.
is all part of their depopulation agenda to find what is progressive. Ask what results in less babies. Nickelodeon, you get stuck in a pattern of what you invest your time in. If you go to college, you want the best career. If you invest in OF, you obsess over the money, sex, and attention. Invest in relations
Wait.
now. This is to the OF girls.
What if you do
put,
both?
Nickelodeon.
Before this stupid chick asked if you could do both, why are you ladies not buying the goddamn book? You see, the one thing with a lot of women that why this system so much waste their time catered to them is they are welfare in itself. They want handouts. They don't want to open their goddamn purse and pay for the goddamn book. And usually, if you have $20, I think Charlie would give you the book for $20. He's not give you the actual price because you're there. But to give something, throw something in the pot. Don't be begging and say, "Can I get a book?" Jesus Christ! Let me tell you something. And most of the ladies that will get the book for you, you're not giving an open book. You're just gonna put it. You're gonna pick it. You're gonna get the book in your hand. You're gonna put it somewhere in your house. Use it as a stool, or put it as a bed rest, or put it as something to put your coffee or your nasty wine on top of. You're not gonna read a goddamn book. So be respectful. Buy the book. God, I don't like that shit. Let's go.
What if
You do
both?
OF too, correct? Yeah.
And college. What now?
Wow, that's a double whammy. And then we have Bronaissance. We riot if JoJo doesn't come on. Bronaissance. This deserves a champagne pop that we put.
love JoJo.
This deserves a champagne pop that we put JoJo on. Say it with me, boys. We want leche bags. We want leche bags. Okay, all right. Yeah. Oh, that was the one that.
Wait, can I say something before? It's my birthday at midnight. I will be 26 at midnight. Tomorrow is my birthday, so
Champagne
we
pop.
absolutely need to have a champagne pop, or I will cry and riot.
And she will cry and riot. Okay.
All right.
Anxiety attack number 2.
By the way, panel. Charlie Kirk is gonna give you signed copies
Can I
of
take her
his
back to
brand new
Canada?
What
book.
part of Canada?
I'm in Vancouver,
Oh, wow. Very-
but like
Now-
past.
that's in
Vancouver.
British Columbia, right?
Yeah, a couple hours out from Vancouver. I'm in the boonies, so
Yeah.
I'll spread the word in the boonies.
You have to earn the book. So we'll see what you do.
She won't. She won't.
Best thing to
She
life
won't.
to earn.
Here's the deal, though.
There you go. She earned it.
If he signs a copy for you, you have to display it by your bedside for the rest of your life.
I
Isn't
stare
his
at you.
face at the cover? Yeah. Oh,
For the rest of my life.
I'm sorry.
It's a big face. I will acknowledge.
No. It's like, come on. If let's say I'm so committed. You know,
You have to put it by
you're
your
a married
bedside.
man.
I
Okay,
am.
deal? Is
That's
that a
right.
deal?
I can't have that.
He'll sign a
There you
copy
go.
for you.
I can't promise that.
Okay, fine. You can't sell it on eBay though. That's the rule. If you sign it.
How much does it go for on eBay though?
This
On
guy-
eBay, a signed copy would be more than retail.
I would hope so.
I would never give that up. I would never give that signed copy up.
There you
Really?
go.
Me and forever.
Okay.
Well, we got through all the chats. I want to thank you guys for sending all those in. I know you had to wait a little bit there. I just wanted to make sure we got through everything. Thank you guys. Charlie, you wanted to talk about schmortion.
Are we not allowed to say the word?
No, you can say the word. I'm just being extra.
Okay. I'm trying to spice it up. A little
Yeah,
bit.
spice it
Spice
up.
Let's go.
I'm trying to let me see if I can frame it from a dating related. Would you date a guy? Okay, hold on.
I'm so glad I'm not dating. Donated $300. Don't pause the TTS, Brian. If the
Well-
chats are interrupting the conversation, then you need to raise the price or not advertise it. You're killing
he paid
it with the
$300
show.
to say that.
Raise price, don't pause.
No. He makes a point though because
He's a
he
brave,
probably
decent
paid a
man. He's a
$300
pioneer.
Yeah, no, no.
before.
You got to raise the rates.
I do.
Yeah.
Well, we only have a few minutes left with Charlie, so
we'll see what happens.
Oh, okay. But in any case, I'll leave it on. I'm leaving it on. I just had to pause it just because we had to get through a whole bunch of stuff. But fair game. So, would you date a guy who was pro-life? Starting with you.
Would I date one right now? Yeah.
Okay.
No.
No.
Yes.
Probably not.
I don't think so.
No.
That's a requirement, yes.
Good for you.
I mean, I think women should have the right to choose in certain situations,
Okay.
mainly based on essay.
Sure. Okay. Take it away, Charlie.
Yeah, I mean, who has strong opinions on the topic?
Don't look at me.
The Canadian.
Canadian.
All right. For those of you that are pro-abortion, any one of you can chime in, and you can take a second. When does life begin?
When you have consciousness.
Okay. When is that?
It's debated, but probably around 20 to 24 weeks, maybe 18 to 24 weeks.
So then, would you say we should allow no more abortions after 18 weeks?
It's a little tougher after that. I probably would agree that maybe you shouldn't. If you do, maybe, I'll be more okay with it, but at the same time, I'd be a little weary about it.
Okay. Anybody else have a thought on that?
I don't care.
Okay.
No opinion.
Hold on, because some abortions late term are kind of crazy. You shouldn't
I
have
agree.
abortions super late term.
Right? Which America has the craziest late-term abortion laws.
Welcome to Canada.
Well, Canada's also out of control too.
Canada's any time in Canada.
Wow.
Anytime.
Is that so? So if you woman and you are about to give or deliver your baby, you can sit there and delete the baby on the bed? Really? Is that how Canada is moving? Jesus Christ. Well, no wonder they got so much Pakistani Indians in Canada, because they're the last of people going to sit there and delete their child. My God, I didn't know that's how they move. Jesus Christ. All right, let's keep going.
That's remarkable.
What does any time mean? Any time in the womb?
Up to gestation.
Yeah, to just
wow.
literally in
gestation,
Canada.
I think it's dependent on area. Actually.
I think it's, but abortion is also a medical term, so it's not necessarily that someone wants to get rid of it. It's also a medical abortion. So like if you need to, because I had someone in my life who 6 months in, they were super happy about their pregnancy and they had to have an abortion because their fetus died inside of them.
So yeah,
Right.
that's a surgical removal though. That's not an
It's still considered an abortion.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's
Well,
still considered an
You're not
abortion.
really aborting a pregnancy, so it's just a.
Maybe not aborting a pregnancy, but you're still aborting. It's still an abortion.
I guess. Yeah. I guess
Yeah.
that's a.
in the
conflict
U.S.
over
too.
terms.
Yeah,
That's
it's
how
still
it
the
is.
same term. It's still the same term.
Yeah, it's just not technically an abortion. An abortion would be that.
Well, when you're thinking of abortion, you're thinking of aborting a live fetus that may be viable to live on,
Correct.
but an abortion can still be a fetus that is already dead that you have to abort because it will rot inside of you and kill you.
That's the sensitive areas still in the
Yeah.
U.S.
No, even pro-life people, myself, are okay if the fetus is no longer living, removing the fetus.
Well, that's what happened to this person that I knew. They had to have an abortion at 6 months because their
Yeah,
fetus-
again, I wouldn't say that's an abortion, but I don't want to debate
It
that.
technically is an abortion.
Well, like with Texas, for example, Texas law, right?
You're allowed to remove a dead fetus.
Yeah, that's still an abortion at that point. It's still an abortion. You have to abort the fetus. Because it's
I know,
dead.
but is it living?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be living for it to be an abortion.
Right, we're just qualming over terms. That would be a surgery for...
But we should call it what it is. If it's an abortion, it's an abortion.
Okay, that's an interesting debate. What is abortion then?
Removing a fetus, dead or alive, from your body.
Okay, dead or alive. I would say alive. We just
Yeah.
disagree.
Yeah.
Meaning I would say that ceasing the life. That's interesting you said dead or alive.
But even when it's dead, you have to abort it.
You have to remove it.
Abort.
You can remove
Abort mission.
Well, you can remove it without surgery though.
No, not when it's 6 months old.
Well, not 6 months, but at a month.
But so what about 6 months? What would you call it then? When you have to remove a 6-month-old fetus?
Again,
what
we're
does it
qualming
mean?
over terms. I wouldn't disagree that it requires surgery, but
Is it not an abortion?
no, because you're not actually aborting the mission.
You have to abort the mission. The
No,
fetus is dead. Remove it.
So then 500 years ago, how did that fetus leave the...
Abort the mission. Abort. Yo, I swear they're getting funny out here. But real talk, rather what you ladies want to call it. If the womb is no longer functioning, then yes, to save one's life, you're going to have to get rid of the dead fetus. Unfortunately. So if you want to call it abort a mission, then yeah, we can call it that. I ain't gonna knock that. Let's go.
The fetus would rot inside the mother, and the mother would die.
Not all the time. No, the woman could also give birth
But that
to the
doesn't
dead
happen
fetus.
all the time. But
But
that
it-
doesn't.
again,
That rarely happens.
So-
That's why they call upon it to be removed, because 9 times out of 10 the mother will die from the fetus
No, and
rotting
I'm
inside
perfect.
of her.
I'm morally fine with that. That's for sure. Do you think
Yeah.
that if a baby can feel pain, regardless of consciousness?
Hold on, I'm talking about a dead fetus at 6 months.
No, I'm not disagreeing with that. You're dwelling on that
No,
micro
okay,
issue.
sorry.
but yeah.
Hold on, I'm listening. Okay.
But going way back to like when abortion should be illegal. So you say life begins at consciousness.
Wait, sorry. When should abortion be illegal? At what time?
I think all abortion should be illegal.
But at what time? You said when
At beginning at conception.
Okay, no.
I'm trying to understand your position.
Okay, I'll hold back. I'm listening. So
Right.
I'm just gonna shut up.
That's okay. So you say consciousness is when life begins. Mm-hmm. Okay. So then if somebody is without consciousness after a car accident and they're on life support,
Yes.
they're no longer living.
Unplug them.
Take me out.
Unplug them. Okay.
Yeah. I'm
Okay,
fine with
you're
that.
consistent. So even the ones that come back to full consciousness when their brain waves are no longer detected,
Too
doesn't
late,
matter.
baby. Unplug. I'm fine with that. I have no issue with that. What do you mean? How is that crazy?
That's kind of that's
lot of
inhumane,
people-
isn't it?
That is not okay.
But also, I see her point because so many people are kept alive by their family members who are grieving.
But I thought they're not alive.
No. So you're
But they're
kept
their
plugged
bodies
in.
are kept physically alive
Mm-hmm.
by their families
Good.
that are grieving, and I'm talking about like for years and years. The
Sometimes.
families that can afford it, right? And it's like that's why I see her point. Of
But
like,
also,
maybe not.
a physically developing fetus is not the same as a full-grown human
Sure.
that's already alive.
For sure. What species is the fetus?
They're human, but they're still a fetus. That's why we differentiate a fetus from a human.
But what does fetus mean? What does that
Fetus
word
is
mean?
a developing human. They're not quite human yet.
But what-
Embryo developing.
So they become a human right when brain waves
when they develop mental consciousness.
which could be as early as 6 weeks, 12
Yeah,
weeks,
we
but I'll
don't
take
know
your
the
18
exact
weeks,
date.
yes.
We don't know the
But if I
exact
told
date.
you, if we have data that shows 6 weeks, you'd be cool with cutting it off.
Yeah, if we could see 6 weeks that you had mental consciousness, that you could experience life and form memories, but at 6 weeks you can't. You just can't. You don't even. Do you even have a heartbeat at 6 weeks? No.
Well, you do, yeah, around 6 or 7
Isn't
weeks.
it? Is it not 10 weeks?
It depends. I mean, we sort of know. I mean, every baby's trajectory is different. It's between 6 to 10 weeks. So yeah, but if a baby can feel pain and have a heartbeat, you're okay with that?
No, I don't care about a heartbeat at all. I don't care about a heartbeat in any capacity.
Why?
Because if I'm brain dead and I'm laying in a hospital bed and I have a heartbeat but my brain is dead, you're going to pull the plug.
Do you think that a human being is more than brainwaves?
No. It's all about your
Okay.
brain.
No, see this. We have a good disagreement here. I think a human being has a soul. Does anyone else think human beings
No,
have
I
souls?
believe you have a soul, but your soul connects to your brain.
Oh, hold on. No.
Yeah, I think so.
Who else thinks we have souls?
I also believe we have a soul.
We have soul? 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 Soul?
Not sure.
Not sure.
Yeah.
What do you think? Of course. Yes. So you think soul or yes or no?
Sorry, hold on. There's water in my...
That's okay. So you think soul, brain, and mind are all one thing, right? That's what you think.
I think it all connects in some way.
Got
for
it.
Sure.
So I believe that soul happens as soon as creation happens.
I agree with that. Yes. I agree with that.
So then if you are terminating a baby prior to brainwaves, you're still terminating a soul.
Your soul will go into another being. You'll get reincarnated
Hold
into
on.
something
See,
else.
I don't believe that.
What
but
is your soul without a brain?
That's a good question. So, I mean, let's play this out. When you die, if we believe in a soul, then it transcends your brainwaves.
Yeah.
So that means it's not in your brain then. It's outside of your brain. It's your whole being is your soul.
Yeah, but you're not physically here, so what would be the difference between pulling the cord or not pulling the cord? Your soul would still exist. by
Well, no,
your
for sure.
logic.
With that argument, we should just kill a lot of people and think nothing of it.
Sure.
Their souls will go where they
Well,
need
no,
to
no,
go.
no. I know, but what you're saying is that since somebody has a being has a soul, which is my argument, we don't have a right to pull the plug or to terminate that being, regardless of has brainwaves or not, because the soul is there at the moment of creation.
Well, no, because when your loved one is suffering and they're,
Well, hold on. The fetus is not suffering. The baby's not suffering at 2 weeks.
Can I ask a question? How does this translate to like war? Well, there's a lot of people. No, wait, because no.
This is a lot livelier. I like your popcorn.
It's because it's
Can
like
I have some?
we can argue about abortion and things like that and how it's wrong, but then some more right leaning are okay with war still and like sacrificing men's lives. So how does that translate with
No,
the
I mean,
argument?
it's a good question. I mean, I'm totally against the Ukraine-Russian war, for example. I think it should end. I mean, I think all human beings are made in the image of God. Nothing should be trivialized. But as far as like people being okay with war, I mean, you have to give me an example.
Wait, can I be charitable here? Would perhaps a better argument from your position?
We did a quick pause. Make sure you guys like the stream, share the stream. I'm not sure what we're doing likes. Let me just take a look before we continue. Let me refresh. Let me see what's going on with the likes. Let's do the likes. Okay, we can do more likes. Come on, guys. We got over 200, maybe 300 billion. Hit the like button, man. Don't be so stingy. Take your index finger on your cell phone and hit that like. It's simple. While watching and seeing commentary. War is a necessity. It's part of human existence. We're not going to see the end of war in our lifetime and possibly next. For those that don't know. Let's continue.
Position be, why are these people also in favor of the death sentence? Is that kind of what you're
that can be enough.
Okay, I mean, that's a good question because...
Are you in favor of the death
Yeah,
sentence?
the death penalty, absolutely.
But
yes.
okay, so you're in favor of the death penalty, but you're not in favor of abortion because you
Yes.
think infants are innocent? Is that why?
Well,
Or
yes,
or
let's
not
take
infants,
let's take an
fetuses?
example.
Yeah, okay.
This last week, 2 illegal aliens in this country just kidnapped and raped a 12-year-old.
Not the illegal aliens. Sorry.
Yeah, so a baby in the womb did not kidnap and rape a 12-year-old.
Okay,
But
so
they have
their
the potential to.
Hold on. Well, everyone has free will
Right.
and the potential to,
Mm-hmm.
but someone who just kidnapped and raped 2 12-year-olds, they're in a complete different moral universe than a baby who is sitting patiently in a womb.
It's the argument, like, I totally understand that fetuses are innocent, but it's the same argument that, like, you know, if it's the violinist. I talked about this before, the first time I was on the violinist
I've been through this
argument.
so many times. but
I know
yes.
you've been through this, but I'll still run it through. The violinist argument, where you're hooked up, you wake up and you're hooked up to the most famous violinist, and they're hooked up to you, and you have to sit there for 9 months bedridden to take care of them.
But in order for that metaphor to be true, did you know the night before that you had a chance to potentially be hooked up to a violinist if you had a bunch of pleasure?
Okay, I get that part, but even
Because you agreed to have sex before all of a sudden the violinist showed up in your room.
Even at that point, accidents happen. Like you can, like it's also like you could just leave your front door open by accident. Now someone's sitting in your house for fucking
Hold
8
on
months,
a second.
9 months.
But having sex is a choice. Now, less than 1% of all abortions are rape, incest. But having sex is a choice. You don't have to have that choice.
But
and
you
choices
don't
come
choose
with a
to be
cost.
pregnant when you have sex. You don't choose to be pregnant.
Well, hold on. But you have a choice to have sex in the first place.
Yes, but you don't choose to be pregnant. Sex doesn't always lead to pregnancy. Women are only fertile for 5 days of the month.
Right. So why do you need to have sex?
Feels good. What are you talking about?
So we should just do what feels good, regardless of the choices or
Yes,
consequences.
people do that all the time.
But
People
just
love
because people,
Yes, because when you hit the back of that chick's I'll say this. If you don't want your key, if you don't want your furniture, your car, or anything that you hold dear, gentlemen, try not to hit the back of a woman's box. Don't go too deep in there, because when you hit in them guts, she's gonna go crazy. She's gonna not leave you. She's gonna be so mesmerized. She's gonna be so hypnotized. She wants more of your phallus. She will destroy you. So let that sink in. Let's continue.
people do things all the time. Is that right?
No, it's not about people do. It's people like feeling good. People like doing good things that give them dopamine and serotonin.
We're getting somewhere, right? So should what feels good be prioritized over what is good?
Sometimes it depends exactly on what it is.
Okay, so if I can have pleasure and a bunch
Sure.
of people die, that's perfectly fine.
I said it depends on what it is. If people are dying,
Okay, so again, back to the point is that you
Multiple
don't,
people.
outside of rape or those very, very fringe test cases, 99% of the time, you don't just wake up and you're magically pregnant.
no, you know that you had sex and you're
Bingo.
like, oh shit.
So hold on a second. So why do you then get to have the orgasm without the responsibility?
Hold on, because you don't get to have the orgasm. You just wake up pregnant.
Hold on a
Let's be
second,
honest.
but hold on. But if the woman chooses to keep the baby, the man has to pay child support.
I don't
Secondly,
agree with that.
well, it's the law.
But yeah,
Secondly,
well, the
hold
laws
on.
They made
might
that
be
choice.
stupid sometimes.
Well, that's right. Both parties made the choice, which is interesting. Do you think that men should be able to have a say before a woman has an abortion?
I think it should be a conversation.
I don't. But here's the thing. I don't think you
Should
should
both
be
parties
able
have to agree?
Hold
I
on.
think so.
I don't.
You're
I don't-
consistent.
I do.
Good for you.
I don't think you should be able to force women into abortion, just like you shouldn't be able to force women out of an abortion. You shouldn't. No way, each way or the other. No way. You can't tell someone to do with their body.
Hold on, but is it their body or is it that another body's within their body?
It's okay. But if someone broke into my house, I would put a gun to their head and say, "Get the fuck out or die."
But wait, hold on. You invited the baby into the house with somebody.
In-game.
Hold on.
Oh shit! It's getting into these chicks' heads. They're getting crazy. They're what they call their short circuit of their chick logic is starting to interrupt. It's starting to malfunction. They say, "Wait, what? You go too fast. You tell me, I can't handle. It's the logic's coming." God, I ain't gonna lie. Charlie was good. He's good. I ain't gonna lie. In regards to debating these feminists, let's continue.
Hold
Night
on.
of passion.
I didn't invite the baby over. I left the door unlocked by accident.
Somebody push it.
Yeah,
Please. Push it back.
Wait. Sweetie. Cut it out. You tell me that you let the door open. So you're saying when you're saying to this on live air, you're giving and implying you as a woman that you are loose, meaning that a man could just enter in you with the Jimmy or without the Jimmy and shoot up the club. Because you said right there, you left the door open. I mean, to me, or any man that thinks logically, that says easy access. Yo, you're not making sense, baby. You're giving and implying that you're an easy woman. I didn't say it. You just said it. Enough said. Let's go.
That baby is then within you,
Okay.
and
And it's still my body within me, my body.
right.
me.
But is it your DNA?
It doesn't matter if it's my
Hold
DNA.
on. Why
I
do
don't
you?
care
Well, hold
about
on. Why
that.
do you have control over somebody else's DNA? I thought you
Because
said.
they're in me. If they
Hold
wanted
on.
control,
Oh,
they
got
should
it.
have come.
So
they
it's a
should have
location
popped out
issue.
earlier.
Super interesting. So location matters more than being. Just because somebody happens to be within a womb.
If it was my baby in Hawaii, take them out.
However, so if somebody has, it's not, if it's your DNA, you have total choice of your DNA to take a vaccine or not a vaccine, to be able to eat Coke, drink Coke, or drink Sprite.
If they're in my body and they're
Hold on.
affecting my life, I'll do what I want with them.
So, okay, so
Easily.
so just because somebody's location determines their moral worth.
No, it's not about necessarily location. It's about how they affect me.
For 9 months, after you chose to be able to get in that circumstance.
It's not even just 9 months. It's after the fact too. You have postpartum depression.
No, yeah, so that's interesting. So we're getting somewhere. So your argument is you should do what is expedient, even if there is a victim and there might be a casualty.
They won't even know they're a victim.
Okay, that's interesting. Is it okay to murder if the person does not know they were murdered?
Sure, why not? They won't even know. They have
So it's okay to go to an old person's home, a bunch of people with dementia, and just start popping rounds.
Sure, bye.
Popping rounds.
I don't believe it. You just killed your argument.
No, I know. I'm not even.
No,
killing
you did
my
just kill
argument.
your argument. So we can go to old people's homes, dementia, Alzheimer's. They're drained on society. They don't know who they are. They don't know their name. They don't know their relatives. By the way, millions of people with dementia and Alzheimer's, and we
I
just
don't
kill
think
them
that you
because.
should.
Hold on. Oh no, you said you should be able to.
Oh my god.
But it's not necessarily like if they're never gonna know, they're never gonna know.
Okay, so murdering.
Are you serious? Oh my god. Do you guys hear this? Matter of fact, where's Kevin? There's a soundbite to this, and it explains it better than anything else. And I'm sorry, I have to do it. It's been a while. I didn't play no interruption, but I gotta play this. This is what comes to mind when you hear bitch logic.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up! God damn it! You can't make this shit up! God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
Let's continue.
Dementia patients is consistent. You're right. You are being consistent.
I think there is a little bit of inconsistency because, like, after you're dead in a lot of cases in a lot of religions, right? So, like,
a fetus isn't even born though. They're not.
yeah,
even
but like, if you let's say
when
you're
you're
just
born,
a person on the street, someone goes and
They're
shoots
not
you,
even allowed
like
to
you
be
won't
dead.
know. You
So,
yeah.
but hold on. If you go,
Same argument.
the idea is, the question is this: is just because something is not born, are they alive and do they have value?
I don't think so.
Okay. So let's go through it. So just because, is it because the fetus or baby is
They
small?
don't have consciousness.
Hold on, we've gone through that. I want to try to.
Sure.
Is it because they're small? Yeah, that's not your argument. Location, that's your argument.
No.
Environment, but you said degree of dependency. That's the one that you said.
You said it. Wait, you said environment. But I don't agree with the environment.
Well, meaning like where I'm going through the acronym of what most pro-abortion arguments are: size, level, development, environment, degree of dependency.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to. I always try to find which one your prior, because every pro-abortion argument falls into one of four.
Oh yeah.
So degree of dependency.
Mm-hmm.
This baby is going to take from me.
Mm-hmm.
Are you glad your mom nurtured you for 9 months in the womb?
I mean, not really, to be honest.
So you wish you wouldn't have been born?
I'm chill with that for sure.
Okay, you're consistent.
I am.
Yeah. So if you were just to be killed tomorrow, not a big deal.
I wouldn't even be having this conversation.
MBD.
I think that this is important because 40 years ago, an average woman would not have answered it that way. They would have said, "My life is beautiful. My life has meaning. My life has purpose, and I'm glad my mom
I don't
sacrificed
think
for
that's
me."
the case for every single woman 40 years ago.
Well, the vast majority of women 40 years ago were not as depressed, not as suicidal,
No, I think you
not
can
as.
argue now.
Hold
Vast
on.
majority is still the same way. She's inconsistent.
I'm
with the
inconsistent as
most
hell.
So
general
do you,
women.
do you think that she is the mainstream opinion, or do you think she's a fringe opinion?
No, she's a fringe opinion
Okay, fair
for
enough.
sure. Yeah,
Fringe. It feels good.
Okay. So I mean,
completely.
do you think she's a mainstream opinion or fringe opinion?
It's pretty fringe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. That doesn't bother me at all.
Does anyone else have opinions on this matter? If I were to say that abortion was illegal in America tomorrow, that would be worrisome to you guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
I think
Tell me why.
when we say pro-abortion, I don't think that that's necessarily accurate for how I feel. I think I'm pro-choice because people are probably going to get abortions anyways. I would prefer them be safe. It's not something I would necessarily do for myself, but I do think if it's going to be happening, which it is, it should be safe and it should be something that everyone talks about and everyone's educated on beforehand.
So in Texas, they just outlawed abortion. Abortion rates have gone down dramatically. So it's not totally true. It's half true. They're going to other states to get them. But the birth rate's gone up. So it's like this idea that people are going to find them otherwise. Sometimes they just have the baby instead.
Are you more concerned with the birth rate going up or
Well, all of it. The morality of it's the number one issue, which we do not have a moral obligation to terminate human beings smaller than us.
So I have a question
Sure.
for you. So if it was
Make sure you guys like the stream. And this is very intense. This is very heated. This is very controversial. And I know ladies on the panel, I'm not sure. I think maybe one or two of them that's a little older might have kids. So they will not relate, the ones that don't got kids. But let's keep it real. A lot of women that's out here, y'all using your mouths, your box as tools just for income. Now, as I see it, you're not giving two F's about a child coming out your womb if you decide to carry it full term. If you have a more respectful understanding of your bodies more, you will not be so clueless to really have these, or really not clueless, but you have more appreciation of, you should be doing certain things. I'm gonna keep going.
Scientifically
Moral
proven.
yes.
Like 100% without a doubt that you don't have a consciousness, you don't feel pain until the day you come out the womb. You're fine with any and all types of abortions all of a sudden?
No, consciousness is not, that's her argument. My argument is that at the point of your DNA's creation, a new soul is entering the world. And the soul transcends reason. And I'll prove it to you guys.
So you're saying soul and consciousness aren't related?
Not at all.
Okay.
We know that, at least in the religious realm, because when your consciousness ceases, your soul lives.
Oh, okay.
Because it goes to an afterlife.
Okay.
I think you're.
In a religious context. I'm not going to win you over on a modern
Okay, I'll
context
keep
on
my
that.
mouth shut. Sorry,
No, but let me try to win you over. Because there are points when we all see beauty when our reason or our consciousness is not able to describe them. I was at a loss for words. That sunset was so beautiful. It took my breath away. It was breathtaking. At times there are things that hit us on a soul level. We all know this when we hear a certain song, see a certain painting, experience natural beauty that touch us on a level that cannot always be described using our reasonable faculties. And I know we all have had those when you go to Yosemite, when you see a sunset in Santa Barbara, all of a sudden you're like, wow, that touches me on a level that is eternal and beautiful and is divine. My argument is that every being at the time of creation, which is when the sperm and egg meet, when the deoxyribonucleic acid is formed, that being has a soul. And if you don't make the soul argument, then you make the consciousness argument, and it's easy to make that because it's just I think our being is more than just a bunch of brain cells.
Well, no, I think we have souls as well, along with the
When does
consciousness.
the soul enter the being?
When you are created.
Got it. So
I would say so.
No, so I mean, you're indifferent towards allowing a soul to be dismissed without.
Because they'll move on. Because I fully believe a soul will move on to another
Got
being.
it. So that's interesting. So what was wrong with Auschwitz?
I mean, that was just horrible. Why? That's an insane question.
So the Jewish souls were going to another place. What's wrong with it?
No, because they were being tortured.
Well, no, let's say the death was quick.
No, it wasn't though. Let's not play stupid here.
Okay, a lot of deaths were at incidents to execution. If the death was
they were starved.
Fine. Well, some were, but let me rephrase it then.
Some. What an insane thing to say. Some.
Well, yes, some Jews were immediately killed when they got off of the rail cars.
No,
yes.
they were tortured. They were tearing away from their families.
Let me ask you a different question though. If the death was seamless and without pain and immediate,
okay, can you just pull away from the Auschwitz argument because that is insane to compare that to.
You just said that the soul goes to another place, and that's fine.
Yes, but it's not about the soul. It's also about the living being.
So it's about the form of death.
No, it's about the living being, what they experience. But I don't fully believe that fetus is experiencing a living life until they have consciousness, and I don't believe that they do until 22 weeks.
When you have a 14-week abortion at Planned Parenthood in Southern California, they offer for an additional fee pain medication for the fetus.
So
the data assumes.
I knew
nobody can ask them, but the data assumes that at 14 weeks, which is legal, California's 20 weeks, right? At 14, the data shows that the fetus can feel pain and struggle, so they offer for an additional fee. You can either get pain medication for your fetus as you abort it, or you can get a pizza.
Or a pizza?
It's about $40 extra to get pain medication for your
women
fetus.
also have to get an IUD with no pain medication.
Sure, terrible too.
The medical industry derived towards women is not fair.
So if there were less abortions in America, would that be a good thing?
Yes.
Of course. The question is how we
Probably.
get there.
That's a good question. How do we get there?
Birth control.
Education.
So
Yes.
the more birth control that has
And
happened,
education, and
the more birth
education.
control we've had in the West, the more abortions we have because people have more.
People need to be implemented like self-control.
How about this radical idea? What if people waited to have sex when they got married?
That will never happen.
Why?
Because people want to fuck.
No, baby, you want to screw. Let's get that straight. You want to screw. And I'm going to say this. This is going to sound controversial. And let me flow for a bit. What's good? Oh. Once intercourse is introduced at a young age, you're not going to stop any person, man, or actually young boy, young girl that will become young man and young woman, and say to stop having intercourse. for lack of better words, right? So that statement she made was very much ignorant. Okay, at one point, 56 years ago, when, if we want to be honest, there was no form of real actual concept that was pushed, much less people go around have the right to delete the baby. What the people did back then during the 60s until the 70s, a lot of women were more, and I mean more, responsible with their wombs. Because notice that anytime you have recreational sex or engage in fornication, right, the chance of giving birth or getting knocked up were very high. And normally when you get knocked up, that pretty much is it. Now you can have a stepdad come in during those times, but it was very rare and was honorable at the time. Now you can't do that as a woman. And now you can't do that. What Charlie lays out, most of you ladies are not gonna do today because you too loosey-goosey with your Uzi. You're too loosey-goosey with your Uzi. I know, sorry. All right, let's keep going.
I'm being
I did it. Yeah, I waited for marriage. I mean, it was amazing.
That's amazing for you, but you are not
What
ever.
about the
But,
people
but
who
hold
get
on.
married
I
and
know it's not easy, but
compatible?
but that's a good question. Let me get to this though. Do those of you that haven't, I'm guessing you all haven't waited till you got married. Do you wish you did?
No.
No? Do any of you wish you? So, in the ideal, if I could paint a world for you that you only shared your sexual experience with one person that was your soulmate, that's not interesting to you?
No.
Oh, that's cool. But
Wait, you guys don't
that's an
regret
ideal world.
any of the men you've slept with?
I maybe
I don't believe in
regret a man that I've
soulmates.
slept with.
You don't
but
believe in soulmates?
Not
How
necessarily.
about best friend?
No.
You don't believe in best friends?
I've had a lot of best friends in my
Okay.
life.
Perfect match.
No.
I don't think that exists
You meet
either.
so
You
many
guys
people
are
throughout
so
your lifetime.
jaded.
I do
You
think
meet
the
so
sex
many-
is better when
you
you're
meet so
in
many
love.
people throughout your
So
lifetime.
jaded.
At least we're consistent.
No, you're very
You
consistent.
can have multiple soulmates.
Multiple soulmates.
Yeah.
I was saying, like, with as big as the world is, you're not going to necessarily find exactly one person.
Because you're going to grow
Yeah,
throughout your life.
Yeah.
We're
Because, I mean,
changing
like-
all the time.
And sometimes
Your
people don't grow
soulmate
with you.
is-
But
So-
if that person were to grow with you, then that's
So then, if it's not a soulmate, then what, I mean this not facetiously, then what is the purpose of marriage?
I don't agree. I wouldn't do a legal marriage.
to come into a union.
Is marriage even a thing that we should care about?
If you got divorced, I don't wish that, but if
God
you got
forbid,
divorced
yeah.
in 10 years, what do you think of that?
I don't think that will happen. It's
Yeah,
not,
but
it's
if,
not,
like,
it's not even
let's-
a hypothetical I want to entertain.
Okay.
Charlie, do you think secular people should get married?
I think everyone should get married. I think it makes you a better person. What I find interesting though is that you've said it best. If you have as much sex as you want before, and marriage really doesn't mean much, does it?
No.
Do you think America was a better country when people waited to have sex when they got married?
You think everyone did that in America?
No, it was the vast majority of women in the 50s and 60s would not have premarital sex.
I don't think we have
Every
like
study
the
shows it.
technology to prove that though.
Well,
like we
no.
don't have the data
I think
that
a
we
lot
would
of
have.
women are
First
still
of all-
having sex outside of marriage.
First of all,
Hiding it better.
Talk to your grandparents' generation. We have studies, we have surveys, and we know this, by the way, because birth control wasn't that widespread.
yeah, but you can still
And
have
we
sex
did not-
without getting pregnant.
Right, but we
There's
know.
like times a month.
Baby, stop it. You're fighting. You're. This is a losing battle. Up until the end of the 60s, going 70s, when you see, especially in the 60s, I forgot what year. I'm gonna double check what year when the concept came in to play. Most women, which I would have to agree with Charlie, a lot of them really had like premarital sex like that. Reason be because they don't want to, one, to be shamed in their family, and two, they don't want to be really be known out here to be loose, because it's not a good for be loose back in them time. But you will not know that because you live in the modern era where feminism gives you the luxuries to be a whore. That's the honest truth. Let's go.
With ovulation.
But hold on a
stuff
second.
like that,
So let's
like-
just. You do not think that people are having more premarital sex today than they were 60 years ago?
I'm sure
No,
they
they
are.
definitely
Yeah,
are.
no, they
Okay,
definitely
all right.
are.
So,
But that doesn't mean they weren't at all before.
so
They
I'm
definitely
asking,
were
do you think
before.
that's
Or vast
do you
majority.
think that's a good thing or a bad thing that people are having more premarital sex?
I personally don't like it. I don't like hookup culture at all.
You don't like hookup culture, but you're not regretting sleeping with a bunch of guys before a soulmate. Help me understand.
Yeah. Okay, hold on.
And then, wait,
guys is crazy.
Hold on, and you don't like hookup culture, but you also do OnlyFans. So help me understand all
so
this.
Let me, okay, so my body count is 6, and 2 of those I was in a relationship with. The third one I thought I was going to be in a relationship with. And the 3 before that, all of my friends were hooking up with guys, so I thought, like, oh, that's what I need to do, because they're all hooking up, so this is the normal thing. I should be hooking up. And I realized very quickly, I don't like hooking up with random men. I don't
Do
like
any
that.
of you think that women are being harmed by hookup culture?
Yes.
I agree.
So you all agree with that, but then you say that, no, you don't think women are being harmed by hookup culture?
No.
Okay.
Wait, what?
We'll get that in a second. However, so then why don't all of you make a commitment that you're going to save yourself for marriage? You could do that. Society might not have to.
Because I'm already past the point.
Well, you can make a new. You can always become a new version of yourself. What's done is done, but you could say,
No.
I'm now going to save myself from this point forward.
I don't want to be a new version. I want to be me, and they accept me for me.
What is me? What is that?
Whatever I've done in the past and up till this point.
So there's.
So accept you, baby, being out here for them streets. So a man has accept you, and I'm gonna play. Y'all know I'm about to play and remove this because I'm not gonna. Ain't nobody gonna donate to the channel tonight. You accept your fate, baby, and that means you want to be forever be on what is called the carousel. Yes, the carousel. Yes, the carousel. Forever riding the carousel until the wheels fall off. God damn, we can't make this shit up.
Improvement.
I don't need to improve necessarily. It's that I
don't need to improve. Okay.
Hold on. It's that I don't need to hide what I've done.
No, I'm not saying hide, but for example, bad example. If one is an alcoholic and they go through AA, and no, it's okay, and then you become a new version of yourself. That's growth, right?
Yeah, that's growth, but they should still know what I've done.
No, of course they know. They know it, but I'm not saying you hide it. I'm asking the question: what is the argument against any of you young ladies saying, you know what? I'm no longer going to have premarital sex. I'm going to wait till marriage. Hookup culture is destructive. I'm going to find a man who values with me. He's never been with another partner, and I'm going to start a new chapter. What is the argument against that?
Because then you're going to come on this podcast and we're going to have a 2-hour-long conversation about how if everybody waited in the drive-thru and they paid $100, why is a man got to pay $2? You're gonna. It's a conversation they have on here about everybody being reborn. They're like, oh, so if you wait now, everyone's already done it. It's not fair to the next man. They have this conversation every
I'm not tracking
podcast.
your argument.
No, it's not really an argument necessarily.
She's giving an example about the fact that, like, if I don't, all these people are going to participate in this anyways. So why?
I got it. Okay, but
you're kind of going to get shit on it.
Yeah,
anyways,
you're going to
what
get.
I'm saying.
You're going to get treated like garbage whether you do it or
so
not.
you think you'll be treated like garbage if you don't have premarital sex?
Oh, easily.
Well, I just think maybe potentially the next guy wouldn't want to wait because they might be like, oh, but everyone
Hold
else
on,
didn't have
but
to wait.
again, do you think that you have any leverage over the men in your relationships? What do men want more than anything else?
Probably sex.
Why don't you stop giving it to them?
Nobody's giving it to anyone. What are you talking about?
Well, you said in your relationships you guys had premarital sex.
But
so.
you could also not participate in hookup culture and also decide to not wait until marriage. But those things don't have to
They're not. You're right. They're not synonymous.
Yeah.
But then if you aren't waiting till marriage, then you're basically saying marriage means nothing. That's effectively what you're saying.
Not necessarily, because
But then what is marriage?
Because,
what is marriage about?
Marriage is not about
It's more than sex. You're right. But what is marriage about?
It's a bond between two people.
It's the person that you choose to have a family
I agree.
with.
But if you can't you have a bond without marriage?
If you meet someone who you don't want to have a family with, but you're actually in love or whatever, and you want to have sex, you should be able to. And that's not hookup culture.
Well, no, of course you should be able to. I'm not saying
Exactly.
what you. I'm arguing what one
have
ought
to
to
wait
do,
until
not what
marriage.
able to do. Able and ought are two different words. Able, fine. You have the freedom to do it.
Of course, yeah.
I'm saying in the ideal, what is the argument against the women of America saying, men, you have to marry me to be able to sleep with me?
But also, why?
Well, you should ask your co-host right here because he doesn't want to get married.
Yeah, I don't want to get married. Look, maybe I might have.
I'm a super trad guy, so.
Damn, man, he put Brian in the spot. That dirty bitch. God damn it. Bro, you got to man, bro, you're going to have to defend that, man. Real talk, man, because you can't get away with that. Real talk. Let's go.
Excuse my question.
So me and Charlie aren't going to agree on everything.
Yes.
But, so what, I mean.
I do think that sexual compatibility is important in a
Well, I
marriage.
guess.
Because that was
Can I
one of
ask
the biggest
You go.
pieces of tension with my ex-husband is, I mean, we had a sexless marriage.
Yeah, that's a
And-
problem.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
But
and
you-
my,
but you-
and my
you-
new
you-
husband and I mean, we waited a while.
And you said that he was more of a femboy, right? The first one? Or like
I
more
mean-
feminine, right?
It wasn't necessarily. I mean, he was
Or
a big,
beta?
tall Mexican,
Okay.
but
Okay.
he just like I made a lot more than he did.
Oh, okay.
He
Do you,
really
can I
wasn't a
ask,
provider.
do you think that men should wait until marriage
Of
or
course,
just
absolutely.
women? Okay,
Yeah.
because I agree with that then. If women have to wait, men have
I
to wait
think
as
that
well.
America, there's a lot of problems with America. One of the problems has been that sex in its ideal is weighted in a holy setting between a male and female that share that experience only with their life partner. Now, there's exceptions, there's mistakes, but if we just throw it all out the window and say men won't like me and hookup culture, I think there's a lot of damage and a lot of ramifications for that. And again, the point being is this, is I believe firmly young ladies are damaged mentally by having too many sexual partners.
I think men
agree
are
with
too,
that.
Okay.
though. I think
No,
men
they're
are
not.
too.
Men-
I think men are too.
Hookup culture hurts women far more than it
I
hurts
agree.
men.
It hurts women more, but I think men are like I don't think men realize how damaging it is as well to them.
No, maybe. Of course, there's damage to all people, but men are wired differently where many sexual partners for men does not hurt men nearly as much as many sexual partners for women because women are far more relational driven and far more bond driven. So they look at sex as a culmination of a bond where men look at it as sex, as
Men, let's keep real, Charlie. Men view sex, if they're getting enough, little, or whatever, as recreational use and recreational use only. And that's really how we see it. And a lot of women can't handle the truth because let's be honest, when you give them that real awakening, that red pill awakening, a lot of women not gonna deal with it. You know what I'm saying? They rather men be out here just lying to them. I mean, and that's cool. Man can lie to you, to get in your drawers, but that's you take it as you see it. You get lied to, you get live results. Simple.
physical, purely, not always with those other elements, unless there is a component of we're going to try to develop a long-lasting bond here. And the question is...
So do you think that men have driven hookup culture then because they don't care about it as much?
I think that it's both. I think women are driving it too. I think it's both.
But you're saying that when women have sex, they need to have that bond and they're more concerned
That's how they're
with-
wired.
Yeah, so women are wired to want to have a bond when they're having sex with
That's
someone.
correct.
But men don't care. So would you not think that men are driving hookup culture then?
No, I think both sides are. I mean, I think that men
So
are driving because women are making themselves available. That's the point.
Because they think it's going to be a longer bond.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
that's kind of
Yes.
No, of course, and women should know male nature before they start sleeping around with
Hold
men.
on. So is it a woman's fault or is it the
It's
man's
both.
fault?
It's both. If every woman today that was marketable, and all of you guys are on the market, correct, looking for life partners?
I've never been on the market.
Okay.
Okay, no, she's
But if
lying.
every one of you, it's simple supply and demand. If you said, we're off limits until the ring is there and the priest says the final vows, how would men react, hypothetically?
They would
That
hop
would
on
decrease half the dating pool, probably, at least.
I totally disagree because we know what that world looks like. We used to have it 50 or 60 years ago. You know what? Men grow up quicker. They stop being man-childs and infants.
So you're one of the ones who also probably argues against like there's like sexual chemistry and stuff like that. You probably argue no, that's
No,
not
I think
real,
sexual
or-
chemistry is a real thing, but it's a culmination of different types of love that are not just erotic. There are deeper types of love that transcend the physical. Physical is part of it. Sexual compatibility, as you say, is a huge part of the relationship. But all of you know this. You could have a partner where you had great sex and you have nothing in common. That's not a relationship. That's a orgasm and a one-night stand
That's
or
a
whatever.
situationship.
Yeah, okay, it's fine. A situationship. That's not something to build a life around.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so no, we're not disagreeing. I just, without legislation or big decrees, I know this, that men have very primal, undeveloped, immature sexual natures, and that is not going to change.
So should
However-
women be punished for men taking advantage
I'm
of
not
women
saying
for that?
I'm not punishing. I'm not talking about anything. I'm talking about cultural stuff, not legislation
No,
or
I'm
punishing.
asking about hookup culture again. But
But if women want a man that they are worthy of, and many of you are not getting men you are worthy of, then you need to then stop giving the one thing that men want the most. And that is unlimited amounts of sex all the time, bodies on the internet, because men will only view you as a visual stimulation and they'll move on. And if you disagree, you do not understand male nature.
But the thing is men will treat you like that and talk to you like that, whether you want to do it or not. Because these two don't do OF. I do OF. Their Twitch chats are just as degenerate as mine because people will come in there and say the most horrible things.
You're all
to
very
them.
talented. You're smart. You guys shouldn't be doing any of that. You shouldn't. Stop doing
Twitch?
it.
What do you mean? We play video
I'm saying this as someone who cares about humanity. Stop selling your body on the internet. You're a lot smarter
We're
than
playing
that.
video games.
Well, yeah, we
Okay.
play
I play
World of Warcraft
Warcraft.
online.
You said you're doing OnlyFans, yes?
I do. They don't, and
I'm
they get
talking to
just as
you.
horrible comments as I do. No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
That's
but
my
no,
argument.
you're making my argument. Men's
No.
sexual nature is very degenerative.
And I'm
Okay?
saying that-
How do you lift it up? You lift it up by saying you don't get what you want the most until you commit.
But the thing is hold on. So
you are then
Because-
leading. You need to lead men
Hold
towards
on.
a better future.
Because I'm not doing anything more crazy than they are. Okay, I'm not
Isn't
doing
that fair?
I'm not doing anything more crazy than they are.
I'm not trying to ridicule you guys.
No,
That's not why
I
I'm
don't
here.
care. I
Okay?
don't care. You can say whatever you want, but I'm saying they're getting the same degenerate comments that I am on Twitch streams.
Because
when
you're
they're
now
on
seeing a
Zoom.
window into men's sexual nature.
And that's what I'm saying. So
But
if
how
they're-
then do you lift it up? Do you lift it up by giving more sex and more
But they're-
bodies and
they're
more
always
pictures?
gonna treat us
That's
this
a
way.
So that's
They're
interesting.
always gonna treat
no,
us this
that's
way.
not true.
Yes, they will.
Let me tell you.
Yes, they will.
Men can grow up, but they need a goal. No, this is very. If you don't believe that, then you basically are dismissing all of
It's not
humanity.
that I can't believe that men will grow up.
Hear
it's
me
that,
out.
It's that
Men love being useful.
This is
Make
fine.
them be
Men
useful.
want a purpose. They want to go on an adventure. And so if you say you can be with me, but here's the rules of the road.
Okay, but I'm on the internet and there's how many thousands of hundreds of millions of men on the internet? I can't fix all of them.
I'm not asking you to fix all of them. You want to change the world, start with changing you.
It doesn't matter. They're not even doing OF
Hold on,
and
I'm
they're
not-
still getting treated like
Hold
garbage.
on. Again, if you believe that what you do doesn't matter, then you're a nihilist and just do whatever you
It's
want.
not even about me doing OF. It's about the way that men treat you
Got
when
it.
you're a
So,
woman.
so that's this is the point, though, is that how do you get treated better by men? Do you one sec. Let me ask you a question. Do you think you get treated by men better by showing more skin or less skin?
Obviously, if you show less skin.
Okay, so you
even
agree.
But hold on, because even when you show less skin, there's women in full-blown covered-up burqas, and they still get sexualized. They still get acid thrown on them. They still get
Okay, but-
R-worded in the middle of the street. Like, what are you talking about?
Okay, that I don't agree with that at all.
That's
Okay, so if you
crazy.
want men's sexual nature on the internet, you are seeing a window into the depraved because there's no guardrails and there's no guidelines. So how do you lift up that primal carnal sexual nature towards something that is no longer?
Why is that my responsibility to
Well,
lift up their?
Hold on. It's not your responsibility. It's humanity's responsibility. But I would imagine you want a life partner at some point. Yes? No?
I'll figure it out when they come to me. I'm not gonna.
Charlie, just stop. My good friend. Charlie Kirk. And I ain't gonna say friend, but bro, you wasted time. This woman already lay out her life plan. She wants to be for these streets. The streets are calling her, just like a crack fiend, where they need to get that hit. She got to get that hit. She got to turn on her Wi-Fi, log into her OF account, and begin streaming of her playing with her box, fondling her top, and wanting hundreds to potentially thousands of drooling, non-action boys to give her attention with their credit card, of course. So she's not going to stop what she's doing. Let me tell you something, guys. When they says that it does not matter if the woman's dressed to head to toe like a hijab and all this nonsense, dressed like a Muslim, that is still fantasizing, maybe so. But here's the kicker. They can't get access to her, that's for sure. But you showing everything, and I believe she's a Christian, you're going to give up the box with less resistance. So stop the cap, sweetie. Stop the cap. You're fighting. No, matter of fact, Charlie, you're fighting a losing battle. She wants to be out here to be a whore. She wants to whore herself out. She wants to slut herself out for random men, rather physically or digitally, and no one's going to stop her. It is what it is. All right, let's go.
Okay,
Every man that
let me
is
tell
in
you,
my direction.
doing OnlyFans, you're not going to find a life partner.
That's totally fine. I don't care.
Yes, she is, though. Come on.
You don't
No,
care.
that's your
There
point. No,
is
hold on a
so
second.
many people who
Hold on.
want to.
See, Charlie. She says she don't care. She wants to be to slut herself out here. She wants to. All right, let's keep going.
hold on.
marry her.
If you think that you can find a virtuous, ethical man who tells the truth by showing a lot of skin online, you do not understand male sexual nature. You do not. And I don't profess to know female sexual nature.
So we talked about this a little bit.
Men want what they cannot see and they cannot have. Men want rarity, scarcity, and mystery. They do not want abundance and cleavage and skin.
Okay, can we get the same for men? Can you guys stop sledding it up, please?
No, I'm not saying. I am asking. I mean, men have plenty of. What have I just said? I said men's sexual nature is degenerative. I couldn't be more cruel on males' primal carnal instincts. The question is, how do you lift us up to something better? Yes.
So we talked about this before. What's the difference between, so she does only lingerie pictures, right? So what's the difference between her and Gigi Hadid or any Victoria's Secret model, right?
Well, there's not, I mean, is Gigi Hadid in a really great relationship and doing great? I mean, I believe one of them has clinical depression.
She's dating Bradley Cooper, I think.
Most celebrity relationships last 6 or 7 years, maybe?
Well,
Yeah.
so your point is that they divorce more often, or what's
Well, I mean, I'm asking if you want.
Are you saying she
again? If you're looking for celebrities for life partner roadmaps, you're looking at the wrong people. Okay. I mean, I'm asking.
So you're fine with comparing that and being oh yeah, they're both not. They can't find high value men or what.
Case in point, Cardi B. Look at her. She's still in a marriage. Was she gonna give Offset alimony? Let's be real here. She's going to pay out her purse because she went and go mess around and get knocked up by another man while still married. That's a no-no in the courts. The court's not going to grant her to not pay this dude. So right now, the fight for the divorce between them two is going to get messy now because she made it more messy than it is. It is what it is. And she's going to pay Offset. Offset's going to be doing good. He's going to be good. Let's go.
I am very short on their long-term prospects of being a couple for the next 30 years. I mean, if that's their question. But if you do not have to create a new roadmap. When women were more modest in their presentations, when women were more humble in their
Was that necessarily a woman being humble, or was that also the laws of the day and age where they could?
No, in the 1950s, the laws were fine. I mean,
you couldn't get a divorce because you never had a job. You couldn't get out of the relationship. What are you talking about?
No fault divorce ended in the 60s or 70s. You could still get a divorce. It just was
but
harder.
you had no job. You had no prospects. You had nothing. You had
That's a
children
separate
to
issue.
take
I
care
don't.
of.
You're getting too far off track. I'm asking a theoretical question. If more women than not made a commitment that we want a life partner. I think the reason why you all and women are willing to engage in hookup culture, even though you know it's destructive, hold on a second, even though you know it's bad for you, is because deep down women tend to be more insecure than men, and you think that you can get praise from men by doing this, and it gives you temporary security, and you're willing to then sacrifice long-term viability of finding a life partner for that temporary security.
You also put that on me. I don't engage in hookup culture at all.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just saying more broadly, though,
Stop the cap.
More broadly, if women were willing to actually say that I am not going to present myself online, I'm not going to give myself, you would actually have more male suitors, not less.
I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about more or less male suitors.
How about good ones, great ones that you feel as if this one is the best man I've ever met?
I'll get there when I need to get there.
Great men are hard to find. They are. I could say this.
And I'll get there when
being
I need
around
to
a
get
lot
there.
of them. Okay.
And I'll get there when I need to get there.
So let me ask you, what is more important in your life, good career or great marriage and family?
I want my bills paid, so whatever takes the cake.
Well, good husband can pay the bills too.
Yeah, and I'm not necessarily looking for a good husband right now because I'm not looking around.
Okay. Any other thoughts on that?
I was just.
Sorry, I kind of dominated there.
If you want, keep going.
You know, it's sad. It's very sad that because of this transactional relationship we have here in the West, a lot of women are going to be very lonely, and they if not careful, they will die alone. Now, word on the street is that there's always going to be some man, pretendably a simp, that's going to pay some chick's bills one way or the other. And I'm not denying that might not exist, but here's the kicker. The simping is very much in short supply. You might try to run a game on an older man that maybe wants something close to him and might use the Social Security to pay for something about you. But overall, that's not going to last because the men that's coming up are going to have more money and have more, leverage. Old men nowadays, for a lot of ladies that's going around messing around these sugar days, they're on a tight leash because they're not gonna be around long. And once they go, that money's gone. And a lot of these men that's old and aged, they're not gonna just so be willing just to give you their check, their wallet for a long period of time. So if you think that's what's gonna happen, you're delusional. Yes, that's right. All right, let's keep going.
I guess I am pretty jaded on this conversation. I didn't get to do the introductions, but I do OnlyFans management. And I think so. I read a lot of messages. I'm not on the site myself, but I read a lot of messages. And it kind of sucks because you see so many messages coming in daily that are like, I wish I wasn't with my.
Oh, a side note. If anybody has a general question, you got to put in a super chat. That's all I'm going to say. No question will not be read at this time. If it's not a super chat, I'm not looking at it. Let's go.
Ugly wife right now, you're so much hotter. So like for me as someone who's single and like in their 20s, it's hard to be like, yeah, I'm gonna be a really perfect woman for like these kind of men. Does that
I'm gonna
make
be
sense?
honest,
You know?
I even got that being on your podcast. I even got a message on my OnlyFans from your podcast being like, my girlfriend is so disgusting. I don't like her. I subbed to your OnlyFans because you're so much better than her.
It's
You can do
really
everything
hard
you
to
want.
see both these conversations.
No, that's okay, but you're actually proving my point. Is you're seeing a window into the depraved male sexual nature. So then you have a choice. You can say forget all men and become a lesbian and like just forget it, right?
I don't do.
No, I'm not saying you want to do that,
No,
right?
yeah.
Or you could be like, I actually think that men have a proper role in society. Most men today are grown infants, and women have a. You don't agree with that?
Well, no, I agree that they're grown infants, but it's not my job to fix you.
I'm not saying it's your job to fix you. You have a moral obligation not to make it worse.
Well, how am I making it worse? Because I have an OnlyFans?
Yeah, I'd say that you're participating
Okay,
in that.
but so what exactly have
It's all your fault.
No, I'm not saying it's all your fault, but
It's
if
a
you,
lot, Julie.
but I'm saying this as agreeably as I can. If you are producing sexually explicit content online,
Yeah.
you are increasing the supply,
And so I'm
not decreasing the supply.
So even if I didn't have an OnlyFans,
even though you're a small part of it, I get it.
okay, even if I didn't have an OnlyFans, the comments that I've gotten on all of my social media without it have been even more degrading than the comments I've gotten on my OnlyFans.
Got it. So, but you're blaming the comments for your action, not taking
No.
responsibility for your action.
No, because even if I post a selfie of just my face, they're gonna be like, I want to come all over that. I'm like, I'm eating a cookie.
Okay, but again, you're seeing a window into the depraved sexual nature. And
so how is that my issue? Fix it yourself, you weirdo.
okay, but you're right. That could be an attitude, and that has been the attitude the last 30 years. Where has it gotten us? Less people married, less people in happy relationships.
So is it-
both
are you-
sides have work to do. If
are
you were a
you
panel of men, I'd be talking
Are
completely
you saying
different.
it's a woman's
It's both.
job to
I have-
fix men from being depraved,
I
or
have
what are
both.
you
I
saying
have an entire
here?
chapter of this book about how we should ban pornography.
Sign that for me later. I'll buy it.
You're getting close to earning it.
I earned it.
So,
I earned it.
but no, I have an entire chapter of this book on how men need to stop watching pornography and stop being.
No, I agree. I
so
don't watch
both
pornography
sides
at all. I don't think
both
anyone
sides
should.
have growth to do.
I don't
but
think
we're here at
anyone
a
should.
female-driven panel, so I'm trying to.
Yeah, no.
You know.
Well, hold
so
on.
anyway.
Let me throw a little hand.
Anyway,
You-
yes. and then
you
I'm
wanna
way over
ban-
time, but yeah.
You want to ban pornography?
Yes.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I totally
you're in
agree.
You
favor?
agree?
I agree.
But so you're an OnlyFans, so help me
yeah, but I
reconcile
don't
that.
do pornography.
Is it long?
Man, listen, you can't make this stuff up. Hold on, where's my? Oh, I gotta do this. This is ridiculous.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up. God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
Real talk. You can't make this ish up, man. Real talk. You cannot make it up. You cannot make it up. I gotta hear what she does on OF. I'm curious.
Lingerie, you said?
Yeah.
It's borderline, but yeah.
Yeah,
so,
borderline, but it's a Victoria's Secret model.
Fair
You can't-
enough. Yeah, okay.
so.
I'm gonna say this once and once again, and I want this to reach the back of the cranium of you dumb chicks. If you have an OF account, no matter what the nature of the biz you have that account for, you're engaged in adult content. I don't care if it's explicit or non-explicit. Me as a man, and I speak for other men, and other men could either agree or disagree with what I'm about to say. When we find out you got OF, we could conclude that you're selling your body with a price, with a subscription of under $5, or roughly over $5. That is transaction. That is prostitution. sweetie. You can't get around it. Now, Charlie might think that getting rid of the adult film and all that stuff is a step to hoping that men will go and get married, put a ring on. That is not happening, and the reason why that doesn't happen because most men today, as it states and as we see from data and what has been going on, most men are not getting adequate intercourse like that. So banning it is not going to fix the men that are going to go out there now going to shoot their shot and get some. If they're not out here pursuing or trying or, getting some actual box, they will just tap out and say they don't want it all. That's the way how things are moving right now. And I don't like to say it, but that's how I see it. All right, let's keep going.
Do OnlyFans, are you in favor? Do you object to Charlie's position on banning porn?
Yeah.
Which would correspondingly, you're in favor of it?
You earned a
Wait,
book
do
with
you
your
mean
stance.
if I'm against it?
Side Kit Kat, Julie.
So he wants to ban porn, so you'd be banning what you do.
Oh, then no.
I'm so excited.
I say, Julie.
See that? You see that? It speaks for itself. She can't afford men stop watching adult content because she does it. She's a loosey-goosey chick.
Julie, ban porn.
Yes.
I'm taking this all the way back. I'm taking this all the way back to Canada.
It literally says Julie ban
Back
porn.
to Canada.
All the way back
Speaking
to
of Canada, Charlie, do you think we should annex Canada?
No.
No, I don't want Canada.
Oh, okay.
No.
Nobody wants
No.
Canada. I hate it there too.
Do you
Don't
have time
worry.
for just a few more questions?
Yeah, like I got like five minutes.
is
yeah.
okay?
That was
Okay.
really good though, guys. But think about, I'm just saying that you have to then act in the direction of the man you want.
Yeah,
and men
100%.
have to act in the direction of the woman they want.
I agree.
And at some point, maybe romantically, we can meet halfway.
What
if?
Hold on.
What if it's a man who wants an OnlyFans girl and an OnlyFans girl who
Then
wants
he's a
man?
degenerate.
I do want to shift gears here.
But you,
a
of course,
little
you
bit.
get what you want.
Shift
But that's
gears
not
in
what
here.
one ought want. Okay.
By the way, those watching afterwards, we do have Andrew Wilson. He's going to do a call in once Charlie has to go.
My
but
king.
I do want to ask, going around the table to open something else up to the table, would you date a guy who owned firearms?
Yeah. Yep.
I think so.
Of course.
Depends.
Yes.
AR-15.
We had this conversation
It's a
before. I
lesbian
don't know enough about guns to have an opinion.
It's the big, scary black one.
That scares me. So probably not.
All right.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
And another thing, a guy wrote here, yeah, they want easy money because let's be honest, gentlemen, a lot of modern women lost a lot of jobs this year. Upwards to 300,000 jobs were gone and possibly won't come back. So what these women going to do? Because they're not going to bond and pair with a man and make a life. They're going to go to sex work. They're going to go to OnlyFans. That's the future for a lot of modern women today. So when you hear women say that they don't want some things be outlaw, they do it because it's their own preservation to still make money for, to be honest, not giving up the box. Now, that will work for a few ladies that have the capability to do so, that might have the looks, the beauty, possibly, but most people are not gonna make a lot of money on OLEF. I'm just keeping it real. I covered this on the last live stream on this of the women that have made the most money on OLEF. I'm telling you that's not a lot. Let's go. I'm gonna wrap this up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, man. All right. Okay. Well,
Good talk.
I got to run.
Yes,
so can I just say
absolutely.
one thing in closing, though?
Go for it.
There's a lot of attention towards that men need to be better men, and that's a thing. I think that women are exempt far too often in that conversation.
Women
you guys,
can be better women.
there you go. And so you have
okay,
to
man.
take it as a good sport.
I'm so happy. Thank you.
The most important thing you can do is give your life to Jesus and to give your life to God. See, she rolls her eyes. It's
Take
just
the book back.
take it back.
read the book because here's why.
I'm gonna spread the
Jesus
word.
loves you and he died for you.
I'm
and thank
sure
you
he
guys for
loves
having
me, but let me find it out on my own, please.
You could find it out on your own.
One question
you.
about the book, if that's
Yes.
cool. In the book, is there a specific chapter about dating?
Oh yeah, no. There's actually a whole thing about life advice for men and women.
I'm super excited to read this. It's actually not even funny.
You're gonna read it?
No, I think you'll actually.
Of course I'm gonna read it.
I think you'll actually enjoy part of it. Blake, what
That-
part of the book is that?
I'm
trying to
gonna
find
read
it.
the hell out of it. Are you
Which
joking?
chapter?
What's
I
the
have to
love
find
book
it.
you read?
Somebody said there was
It's advice for women and advice for men.
Abortion. I don't know.
Changing yourself. Yeah. It's here. Advice for men and women, right here.
Should we do like read a paragraph?
No, not.
Oh yeah, that's how about this?
popcorn reading? ASMR?
Date seriously right away with an eye towards marriage and family, which we talked about. If your goal is to put family and children above your career, avoid an educational path that has too much debt. Watch your weight and do your best to maintain your attractiveness.
I like weight.
Listen to your parents, especially your mom, and don't be afraid to ask her for advice.
She was crazy though.
Do you have a dad?
Yeah, but he was.
Does your dad love you?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, then ask him for advice.
What else you got?
Volunteer to help out your Sunday school nursery. You can laugh at that, but it's a great way to see if you like
It's a
kids or
good
not.
segment. Thank you, Charlie, for
Thanks,
joining
guys.
us.
Thank you so
Thank you.
Charlie Kirk is. Wait 1 sec. Oh, sorry. Hold on. I gotta play this.
Buy the book, everybody.
Guys, get the book. Charlie, I gotta play this right before you leave. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Stop. Okay.
He's a brave and a decent man. He's a pioneer.
He's a pioneer. Thank you for coming, Charlie. Good to have you.
Thanks, Charlie.
Wait, Madison.
Bye.
Can you sit?
All right, guys. I forgot to put the poll earlier, but I did ask this question earlier. Because Charlie Kirk's gonna have a service. I don't know if it's a funeral service, inauguration service this Sunday, and I take it. I'm not sure how many people are gonna watch. I know a lot of Americans are gonna watch it. A lot of Americans are going to watch it personally. Some that liked him or didn't like him. At the end of the day, from what I've noticed throughout this whole conversation with these ladies, he is very much a devoted Christian, a staunch out Christian. So, like I said, he lived it how he left it. He left it. So, but anyhow, what's your thoughts and opinions? I'm sure to hear them in the comment section of this video. Also, make sure you subscribe to the Chaos Reign Show as well. And the links to follow me, my social links to follow me, are in the description below. You can follow me on Twitter at Chaos Reign 7. You can add me as a friend on Facebook, Eric Ray on Facebook. You could join my Discord service as well. You can also follow my Rumble handler, CRain23 on Rumble. And last but not least, become a member of the Chaos Reign Show. Membership got its perks. Join, become a member. There's some videos only on membership only behind the paywall. So become a member. That's it. Thank y'all for watching today's stream. And, like I said, until next time, really. The Chaos Reign!
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. And fuck all you hoes. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. And fuck all you. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do. And fuck all you hoes.
They like the chaos.
They like the chaos. So when you're able to
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
Must reign.